Defensively, the Mariners have Karp in left, Saunders in center, each their own right. Seager, Ryan, Ackley, Smoke, third to first. Windup and the pitch. Swung on. Soft liner into right center field for a base hit. Up with the ball is Ichiro. Gets a throw in, and Trout is on at first base. Man, this kid has been something. Batting .331 since coming up from AAA Salt Lake City on April the 28th. And since his arrival, the Angels have gone 23 and 14. So he had a big input on the turnaround for the Angels. Here's third baseman Mysteris Torres. Now you got to keep your eyes on Trout, who has 9 steals, and Noesi does. Here's a move to first base to get him back to the bag. Angels now a game over 500 at 29 and 28 after starting the year 6 and 14. Trout will lead at first. Here's the set. And Noesi ready. Here's the pitch. And as Torres shows bunt, and he takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Noesi in his last outing on Sunday in Chicago, no decision, as the Mariners won that ball game by a score of 10-8. Noesi lasted only 4 1/3 innings, gave up 6 runs, all earned on 7 base hits, no walks, struck out 5, and he was hurt on 0-2 pitches one more time. Here's the toss to first, and Trout gets back to the bag. Those last few outings, he just hasn't been able to put anybody away, or at least even waste a pitch on 0-2. But he's gotten way too much of the plate. A couple of outings ago against the Angels at home was hurt on 0-2 pitches, home runs to Morales and Trumbo. Here's the pitch, and it's outside on his tourist ball 2 balls and no strikes. But going on just 3 days rest, Eric Wedge and pitching coach Carl Willis would love to see Noesi try to get through 5 innings tonight and turn it over the bullpen with a lead. Hector looks in, has the sign from Miguel Olivo. Trout to lead at first base. He goes, pitch on the way, swinging a pop-up out of play on the third base side. And the count is now 2-1. My goodness, this kid gets a heck of a jump at first base, Mike Trout. And now he trots on back to the bag. Angels managed by Mike Scioscia. 2002nd career game as a manager in the major leagues. All with one organization. That's the 9th highest total in baseball history with one club. Again, the set by Noesi. Keep your eyes on Trout. He gets the lead. Here's the pitch, and Trout takes off, swing, and a pop-up into shallow right field. Going out to second baseman Dustin Ackley makes the catch. A throw back to Smoke at first, and it's in time to double up Trout. Trout was down at second base. He tried to wheel around and get back to first, but Ackley is able to make the catch in shallow right and fire a strike to Smoke to double up Trout. 2 outs for the Angels here in the bottom of the first.
The youngster's exuberance and hustle and all that energy got the better of him there. He could not be faster than fast. He just went all the way to the bag, and it was just too far to go.
And the throw just did beat Trout back to first base. No score, 2 down, and here's Albert Pujols. The pitch by Noesi is outside, ball 1. Pujols starting to get the average up there a little bit. It's now at 241. He had 2 hits last night and a run batted in after that rough April. Next pitch, swing and a foul tip into the glove of the catcher Miguel Olivo. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pujols went through April without a home run and only 4 runs batted in. The windup and the 1-1 pitch is outside, ball 2, 2-1. Ballpark Fence Report brought to you all season long by All City Fence, and here at Angel Stadium, 330 down the lines, 406 to center. Ballpark Fence Report brought to you by All City Fence. Surround yourself with the very best. Here's a swing and a foul back by Pujols, and the count is even at 2-2.
You know, earlier in the series, we saw the Mariners working Pujols from time to time in. Here, 2 fastballs, knee-high outside corner, 1 missed, 1 good, then a breaking pitch, and then back with a fastball. So the first 4 pitches down and away.
Not a bad idea. Here's the windup and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a fly ball left field toward the line. On the run, Mike Karp is there and reaches up and makes the catch for out number 3. So in the bottom of the first inning for the Angels, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, but nobody left on. We go to the top of the second here in Anaheim. It's the Mariners nothing, the Angels nothing.
ESPN Seattle, presented by King County Take It Back Network and the Hard Rock Cafe. Listen to Brock and Salk tomorrow 9 to noon on 710 ESPN Seattle.
Our Sterling Bank score, Mariners nothing, the Angels nothing. Top half of the second, the wide of the pitch. The Jesus Montero swing and a pop-up out of play down the right field line into that sea of red here at Angel Stadium. 0-1 the count. Right after the ball game tonight, we head on back home. Great homestand coming up. The Mariners will have a day off tomorrow, then take on the Dodgers on Friday night. We'll hope to see you out at Safeco Field Friday. Game time 7:10. Here's the pitch, low and outside for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. And then the second game of that 3-game series will be a 4:15 start on Saturday. Next pitch on the way to Montero, down and in for ball 2. 2-1 the count on Jesus. Friday night, Edgar Martinez is going to be there to throw out the ceremonial first pitch, and Mike Jackson's coming back as we celebrate our 35th anniversary. Here's the pitch on the way, swinging a foul back by Montero. The count evens on Jesus at 2-2. Mike Jackson, outstanding reliever, will throw out the ceremonial pitch before the game on Saturday. Game time 4:15 on Saturday. Then Sunday afternoon at 1:10. Final game of the series with the Dodgers. Here's the windup and the 2-2 to Montero. Swinging a ground ball, pulled foul right in front of third base coach Jeff Datz. And it's still 2-2 on Jesus. So make your plans to come on by 3 with the Dodgers. Off day on Monday. That's going to be our annual cystic fibrosis golf tournament. Where I'll try to hit a golf ball straight down the fairway. Good luck to me with that one. And then 3 with the Padres, and then 3 with the Giants. The windup and the 2-2 swung on line to the right field. A base hit for Montero. Up to the ball is Mark Trumbo. So Montero with the Mariners' first hit of the ball game. No score, top of the second, and here's first baseman Justin Smoak. Say, friends, for the best deals on a new set of wheels, who you going to click? DwayneLane.com. That's who. Use your smartphone or computer and click DwayneLane.com right now for the best deals on new and used wheels. Dwayne Lane's proudly serving the Northwest for over 50 years. Go on by, say hi to Tom Lane and everybody up in Everett and Arlington. DwayneLane.com. Here's Justin Smoak batting .235, 10 home runs. Pitch on the way, and it's outside. Ball 1, 29 home runs. 29 runs batted in on the year, 10 home runs on the season. And on this road trip, he's hitting .300 with 3 of his 10 home runs. Jerome Williams from the set, and the right-hander's 1-0 pitch. Strike called, 1-1 the count. Well, today was day 3 of the Major League Draft, and the Mariners selected 41 players in 3 days of the draft. And today, with a 30th round selection, the Mariners drafted outfielder Mike Yastrzemski. Name sound familiar? Here's the pitch on the way, and it's inside. Ball 2, 2-1. Mike Yastrzemski, an outfielder out of Vanderbilt University from Andover, Massachusetts, is the grandson of former Boston Red Sox great and Hall of Famer Carl Yastrzemski. Little Yaz hit .286, 6 home runs this year, 41 runs batted in 63 games at Vanderbilt. Here's the set, and the 2-1 swing and a high fly ball into right center field. Out near the 1-inch track goes Peter Borges, and he's there and makes the catch. Smoke flies out. He got that one a little off the end of the bat, and Montero heads on back to first base. 1 on and 1 away. So the Mariners have a Yastrzemski in the organization, Kenny.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Nice program, Vanderbilt. Nice school, obviously. And they've got a real good baseball program there.
David Price out of Vanderbilt. Here is center fielder Michael Saunders. What a trip it's been for Saunders. Now batting .268. Williams the set, and the burly right-hander delivers. It is ball 1. Saunders 3 for 4 last night. He was really the only one who could figure out young right-hander Garrett Richards, who was tremendous for the Angels. He went 7 innings, gave up 1 run, walked 2, struck out 8. But Saunders was 3 for 4 last night with a home run to center field. Here's the pitch, swung on, lined into center field, a base hit for Saunders, and he continues his hot hitting. Down to second goes Montero. Michael Saunders started the trip hitting .224. He's now hitting .270 on the year. Why? Because on this road trip, he's hitting right around .480. How about that?
It's unbelievable. 9-game trip, and he has 17 hits, and he's probably not done yet here in the final game of the journey.
17 for 35, 2 home runs out of his 6 on the year, 5 runs batted in. Wow. Eric Wedge was talking prior to the game. Here's catcher Miguel Olivo. No score. Win the second. The pitch. Breaking ball up and away for ball 1. And every day he has a chance to meet with the media sitting inside the dugout. I thought he said something that really caught my attention and yours, Kenny. He said, you know, we're a different ball club right now. We're coming home a different team than the team that left home. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a pop-up foul. Third base side. Over to take a look is Turris. And this one is way out of play up into the seats, and the count is even at 1-1. Then I got to talking with Chris Chambliss around the batting cage, and you were down there along with Mike Blowers, and Chambliss said these guys are just putting in so much work. They're starting to get it. They're feeling confident. They're having fun. They're coming together as a group.
Yeah, Chris talking about, you know, he says repetition. You have to feel comfortable. You have to be loose, relaxed, and you get that way with repetition. Lots of batting practice.
Here's the stretch and the pitch to Miguel, low and outside, ball 2, 2-1.
Hitting is so hard, isn't it?
Oh man,
I mean,
it's
really,
the toughest thing to do in sports.
It is so. It's so hard.
That guy on the mound is throwing 95 and it's moving, twisting the ball, sliders, splitters, curveballs. Now the 2-1 to Miggy. Swing and a miss. Count evens up at 2-2.
If you're one of the best, you're successful 30% of the time.
Right. You fail 7 out of 10.
Yeah. And the other thing that really explains it to me is when you hit, you have to be patient and you have to be aggressive. Well, if that's not confusing enough, what else do you need to know? That's where you start.
And that's what Saunders is doing. He's being aggressive on the pitches in the strike zone that he can handle. Here is the next offer. Swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch. Miguel Olivo goes down swinging. Strikeout number 2 for Jerome Williams. 2 on and 2 outs. And that'll bring up Mike Karp. And here's a guy that's now in the number 8 spot. And the number 8 spot turned out to be very, very good for Michael Saunders the last few weeks. He got things turned around, and now the Mariners hoping that Karp can as well. Right now, Mike hitting just 160. 4 home runs, 10 runs batted in, and he's going to get there. Runners their leads, pitch to Karp, and it is outside, ball 1. I asked Chris Chambliss during BP as we watched Mike take batting practice. I said, what does this kid have to do? And he says, Rick, he's just got to get after the fastball. Then he can react to everything else after that, but just get to that fastball. Williams is set, and the 1-0 pitch in the dirt, bounces away from the catcher Hank Conger, but off to his left, and holding at second is Montero. Behind him at first, Saunders, and it's now 2-0 Karp. And here's the situation: you're ahead in the count if you're Mike Karp, 2-0, and you got to be looking for that fastball and do something with it. Time called. Conger, the catcher, out to the mound. Have a talk with Jerome Williams. And I tell you what, nobody hit better than Mike Karp in the second half of the season last year, the way that he was driving the ball. But unfortunately for Mike, he got hurt day 1 of the season. Remember, that was back on March the 28th in game 1 of the 2-game series against the Oakland A's, diving for that ball hit by Kurt Suzuki. Sprained his shoulder. The stretch and the pitch to Karp, and it's high and outside with a fastball, ball 3. 3-0 on Mike. Brennan Ryan is due up next. No score when the second. Montero at second. Saunders at first base. Williams stares in, gets a sign from Conger, the set. And the 3-0 pitch swung on, line drive, left field line. He was green lighted, fair ball in toward the corner. Montero running third, heading home. Saunders running third, being waved in. Up of the ball is Trout. Throw to the plate, cut off by his Turris. 3-0, green light, swinging Mike Karp with a double. Down the left field lines, going Montero and Saunders. Well, that could get you started, and the Mariners have a 2-0 lead over the Angels here in the second. Mike Karp allowed to swing away 3-0, and he lines it the other way down the left field side. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Alaska Airlines Mariners Radio Network.
710 ESPN KIRO AM Seattle.
Here's Brendan Ryan. The pitch to him swung on, popped up near the bag at third. Right there is Turris, and he makes the catch right behind the bag, and that will end the inning. But Mike Karp comes through with a 2-out, 2-run double, scoring Montero and Saunders. We go to the bottom half of the second. Our score, Mariners 2 and the Angels nothing.
Over the years, there have been some things in your life that were simply phases, trends, and your passions.
ESPN Seattle.
Our Sterling Bank score, 2-0. Mariners lead. Kendry Morales leading off the bottom half of the second. Angels DH, and he takes a Hector Noesi pitch low and outside, ball one. In a sea of red here at Angel Stadium, Mike Karp was given a 3-0 green light, and man, did he come through. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-0 with 2 on and 2 outs, line to base hit. Double down the left field line to score Montero and Saunders. The windup and the 1-1 to Morales outside. Ball 2, 2-1.
Everybody talks about the good speed that Michael Saunders has. I'll tell you, when he got around second, I didn't know he could run that fast. I mean, he hit there. I mean, he was flying.
Now the 2-1 pitch, and it bounces in to Morales. Ball 3, 3-1 with 2 outs. Contact. He was flying around second, heading for third. That made it easy for Dats because he was watching that ball in the corner as Mike Trout was giving chase, and Datsy just waving that arm around saying go ahead and score, and he did. Here's the pitch way outside. Ball 3, 3-1 on Morales. Well, make it ball 4. He was just standing there at home plate. I thought it was 3-1 the count. It is ball 4, so he's on at first with a walk. So Morales at first, nobody out, and here's right fielder Mark Trumbo. Well, their stock is rising, brought to you by StockCharts.com. Focuses today on reliever Carter Capps. He hasn't allowed an earned run in his last 16 2/3 innings down at Double-A Jackson. Jackson won last night, 5-4 over Chattanooga. Capps is 2-2 with 6 saves and a 1.53 ERA. Here's Trumbo, the pitch to Trumbo. Inside, ball 1, StockCharts.com. Simply the web's best financial charts.
Rick, it'll be interesting to see how Noesi fares with the lead. Remember, when he pitched Saturday in Chicago, at this juncture, he had a 2-0 lead, and then the White Sox came back with 2 in the bottom of the second, so he wasn't able to hold that early lead.
Got to get that two-seamer working, looking for a ground ball. Here's the pitch. Instead, popped up high in the air, not a play on the first base side on Trumbo. 1-1, and Mark had a huge night last night. The best night of his young major league career. He went 4 for 4 with 2 home runs, his first multi-home run game, and 4 runs batted in. And the night before, to show you what a difference a day makes, he was 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. Funny game, isn't it? Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball, strike 2 called on the outside corner. 1-2 to Trumbull, leading the Angels ball club, batting .337. Leading the club with 12 home runs and 31 runs batted in, along with Pujols, tied for the RBI lead on the team. Morales a lead at first base. Infield back left side, Trumbo, big, strong right-handed hitter. Now the set by Noesi. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul back and out of play off to our right and almost into the Angels radio booth, occupied by announcer Terry Smith and Jose Mota. Still 1-2 on Trumbo. In May, Trumbo hit .367. Had a big year last year. Here's the set and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a pop-up out of play in the first base side. And it's still 1-2. Mariners back home after the ball game. We'll see out at Safeco Field on Friday night when the Mariners entertain the Los Angeles Dodgers of Los Angeles. Kevin Millwood will get the start for the Mariners on Friday night. Game time 7:10. And Nathan Eovaldi will get the start for the Dodgers. He's 0-2. Dodgers leading the National League West with a record of 35-21. They've got the best record in the major leagues. Here's the pitch. Swung on, lined into right field, a base hit for Trumbull. Morales down to second. He'll stop there. Up with the ball is Ichiro. The throw in cut off by Ackley. So Mark Trumbull with a base hit the other way, and the Angels have runners at first and second with no outs. By the way, on Friday night, we'll have a chance to see our old buddy Edgar Martinez will be out there, along with the Edgar Martinez Foundation. And by the way, Felix Hernandez has purchased 100 tickets to be purchased through the Martinez Foundation for kids at the South Park Community Center. So a great gesture on Felix's part. You can go to the Martinez Foundation website for more information. Here's the set and the pitch to Howie Kendrick. Tries the bunt, lays it down third base side. Barehanded by Noesi. Looks at third. No one there. The throw to first, and it's in time to get Kendrick. No one at third because Seager had to charge and come in. Noesi was able to get off the mound quickly, barehand the ball halfway toward the third base line to get Kendrick at first. That'll be a sacrifice bunt. That goes 1-3, and on the play, Morales will get to third. Trumbo down at second.
That was a scary moment because Noesi really got off the mound well, as you described. Yeah. And he was ready to go to third, and he would have been able to nail Morales, and he looks. There's nobody in sight, so he was not quite aware of how they were going to play it.
The wheel play wasn't on, so Ryan was staying out there at second. Here's Eric Ibar. And the pitch to him, swung on, fly ball into center field and deep. Saunders going back, still going back, and it's over his head. It's on the track and off the wall. Here comes Trumbull and Morales. No, Trumbull will stop at third. The throw in by Saunders. And it's cut off by Brennan Ryan. Morales will score. Trumbull will stop at third on a double to straightaway center field by Ibar. Eric Ibar with a double, 1 RBI. I thought for sure that Trumbull was going to score, but he stopped at third, and it's now the Mariners 2 and the Angels 1.
Makes you wonder what happened to Trumbull, and of course what had to happen was he had to think to himself, Saunders is going to catch this ball. As it turned out, I don't think Saunders got a sensational jump, so there was just no way he could catch up with it, and it got out there in a hurry.
Here is catcher Hank Conger. The Mariners catch a break if Noesi can get 2 outs here. Here's the pitch, swung on, fly ball into left center field. That's going to score a run. Going back is Cart. Mike is there. The catch is made. Tagging at third. Now here comes trouble. The throw to third, and nobody's there. The ball goes all the way out by the Angel bullpen. Seager has to retrieve it. Seager was up the third base line. Trumbull is able to tag and score. The game is tied now at 2-2 on a Conger sacrifice fly to left center field. And now Ibar is able to go from second to third. Cart made the catch. He threw the ball to third, but no one was there. Seager was up the third base line. Game tied 2-2.
I'm going to need an explanation, but Seager was planted on the grass as the cutoff man, and he was standing there pointing to third base. Carp catches the ball. He looks in, and Seager's pointing to third. And there's nobody there for the Mariners. So that none of that makes any sense to me.
So now Ibar is on at third base. Eric Ibar, 2 outs. And here's Peter Borges, game even at 2 apiece. And the pitch out of the way, and it's a strike on Borges. And the count is 0-1. So with runners on at second and third, Seager's got to be the cutoff guy. And no one was over at third base. Here's the set by Noesi and the 0-1 to Borges, and it's low for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Angels come right back. They take advantage of a leadoff walk. Morales, he scored on the double by Ibar. Trumbull eventually scored on the sacrifice fly by Conger. Now the go-ahead run. Ibar is on at third. The stretch and the pitch. Borges takes inside, ball 2, 2-1.
I think, Rick, we need to have the club go back to the drawing board and maybe get together and decide how we want to play that and what actually happened there, because nobody's at first. You effectively could have had 3 infielders at second and none anywhere near third.
Now the set by Hector and the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled at the plate off his foot. And the count is even on Borges at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And when the throw into the third base and no one was there, that's when Ibar was able to go from second to third. Otherwise, he was staying there if Carp hit somebody as a cutoff guy. Noesi looks in, works from the stretch, and the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. The ball is dropped by Miguel Olivo. Picks it up, throws the first for the out on Borges. A strikeout, and the putout goes 2-3, and that will end the inning. Well, the Angels get 2 to tie. They leave the go-ahead run stranded at third base. We go to the top of the third here in Anaheim. Mariners 2, the Angels 2.
It's time for your favorite game once again. And this year, why not make the ride to the stadium?
Needed. Let them get you back in the game.
Well, we move to the top half of the third. Mariners and the Angels all tied now at 2-2 for the play-by-play. Here's Ken Wilson.
Thanks very much, Rick. Yes, in the dugout, Seager and Ryan and Karp talking about that play, and we've talked about it up here, and I think, Rick, you have it right. Seager was pointing to third, indicating to Ryan, the shortstop, you need to get over here to third base. But that's surprising to me that he wouldn't have been there. Here's Ichiro leading off, and he takes a strike from Jerome Williams. Ichiro has not had a hit in his last 18 at-bats. He takes a breaking ball tight, and it's 1-1. Ichiro, Ackley, Seager went 1-2-3 in the first inning. And this trio, lifetime against Williams, is 3 for 28. So none of the top three hitters ever have been able to hit this fellow. Here's a foul ball into the glove of Conger. 1-2 on Ichiro. Ichiro's average has been dipping. Here's the pitch, tight. Ichiro at 255, so he's dropped 16 points on this road trip. Jerome Williams working here in the third. Our Sterling Bank score here at Angel Stadium is 2-2. Williams is ready, and the pitch on the way, swung on and tapped foul off of Conger, the catcher, in his thigh. Well, we mentioned it, Rick, that the last time Noesi started last Saturday in Chicago, he went to the bottom of the second with a 2-0 lead. And after two, it was 2-2. When your club scores, as the Mariners did in the top of the second, you really like that pitcher to go out and shut down the opposition. You know, make us feel good. Let's enjoy this 2-0 lead for a while, and let's build on it. Now it's 2-2 as they come up the next turn. 2-2 pitch, socked on the ground, right side, diving, great play. Kendrick, he gets up, throws to first. Oh, baby, just in time to nail Ichiro. That's a big league play by Howie Kendrick, who was an all-star a season ago. Very nice play. So 1 up and 1 down. Los Angeles Dodgers, man, oh man, what a weekend. They're going to be in Seattle for the first time since 2000. So it's not every day that Dodgers come to Safeco. Friday night, late Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon. Here's Dustin Ackley, first pitch at the knees, a strike call. By the way, last year's National League Cy Young Award winner Clayton Kershaw is going to pitch in that 4:15 game on Saturday. Here's a fly ball down the left field line, foul, and out of play, 0-2. And I would say there's a chance that our own Felix Hernandez, a Cy Young Award winner a couple of years ago, would get a chance on Sunday. I'd say it's a chance anyway, maybe a likelihood that he'll be ready to go, but you're not sure with that bad back. Here's a pitch that's out of the zone, 1-2.
Well, we got the thumbs up from Felix after he threw down to the bullpen tonight.
Ackley swings and does not connect. He is out of there on strikes. The strikeout is the third for 30-year-old Jerome Williams. So it's going to be quite a weekend. Tickets to the weekend-long matchup against the Dodgers available right now at Mariners.com. We're all looking forward to that, as Rick mentioned. And I mentioned earlier, Edgar Martinez Friday night throws out the ceremonial first pitch. Here's Kyle Seager, struck out in the first. He hasn't seen a lot of Williams as he takes ball one outside. And when he hasn't had any success. He's had 7 at-bats against Williams and looking for his first hit. He's had 1 hit in 8 tries in this series. That was a home run, his 7th. Next pitch, hammered on the ground, foul in front of first base coach Mike Brumley. And it's 1-1. Trout in left, Borges in center, Trumbo in right. Is Turris at third, Ibar, the Angels shortstop. Kendrick just with a dazzling play at second base, and Pujols is the first baseman. Williams and Conger the battery. Seager, left-handed hitter, rips one foul down the left field line. That'll just go into the first row. And a fan has a souvenir. 1-2. We've mentioned that on this 9-game trip, the Mariners 4-4. They've really, really played well on this trip. Tough trip to Texas, division leader. Chicago, White Sox division leader. Here, Anaheim, hot team. 4-4, not bad. Here's the next pitch. Strike 3 called. That'll do it. Seager is caught looking. 4 strikeouts for Williams. The Mariners go 1-2-3. On to the bottom of the third inning. All knotted up. 2-2.
City, your farmer's agent is Kevin Hoagley in Bellevue
at Mariners.com. Brock and Salk, weekday mornings 9 to noon on 710 ESPN Seattle.
Hector Noesi faces the top of the Angels order here in the third with the game tied at 2. So Mike Trout leads off, the right-handed hitter, and he takes outside, ball 1. There's no question tonight is a big challenge for the Mariners. Jerome Williams. Williams this year in this park 5-0. In his career, he's made 8 starts here in Anaheim. He's 8-0. He's never lost here. Pitch outside, 2-0. 3 starts in his career against the Mariners. He's never lost. 3-0. And he's pitching well. So it's going to be a tough one tonight. Trout takes the pitch. Strike call. Trout, a base hit to right center in the first inning. He's hit now in 10 of his last 11 games. Noesi has the sign from Olivo as the outfield shades to right, and Trout asks for time, and he gets it. Is Turris on deck, then Pujols. The windup by Noesi, and the ex-Yankees pitch is grounded to third. Nice play to his left. Seager, he straightens and throws out Trout. 1 up and 1 down, and that'll bring up Mycer Turris, who popped into a double play in the first. Shallow right, the second baseman Ackley made the catch, and Trout, who was running at second base, could not get back. Is Turris 3 out of 10 in this 3-game series. Little guy from Venezuela. Left-handed hitter, and the fastball crisply into the glove of Olivo. A strike over the outside corner. Nice crowd tonight. They're over 1 million in home attendance here in Anaheim. 35,000 each of the first 2 nights. Actually 36 and change the first game. This pitch is out of the glove of Olivo to the backstop, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike on his Turris. When this park opened in 1966, it looked a lot different than it does today. Here's the pitch, and it sinks outside, 2-1. When it opened, there was a chain link outfield fence and absolutely nothing behind it except fields and some parking. Here's the next pitch. High, the fastball, 3-1 on his Turris. Now in left field, you've got 2-tiered bullpen behind the fence, some seats, flag poles in left center. You've got the water feature, big green grass hitting background in straightaway center. Next pitch, fastball, high and away, ball 4. A 1-out third inning walk to his Turris, and then in right, you have a high wall with a lot of advertising and a screen with scores and what have you, and then a whole big section of seats way up, and a big terrace up above it, and a huge scoreboard high above that. So it just looks entirely different than it did when it opened in 1966. Here is Albert Pujols, who flied to left in the first. He took a pitch from Noesi off his shoe tops and somehow hit it. Throw to first. His Turris is back. His Turris is a very good base stealer. You might recall, if you were with us last night, he stole a base. He is 10 out of 10 in that department. Albert Pujols, the only player in Major League history with 30 or more home runs in his first 11 seasons. Well, that's miraculous. Olivo out, has a quick say with his pitcher. and now back behind the plate. Is Turris at first, held by Smoke. 1 out here in the third. We're in Anaheim, and the Mariners and Angels are tied at 2 here in the rubber game of this 3-game series. Morales on deck. The set. Noesi looks over his shoulder to first. Now pitches, and he gets it into the strike zone. 1 strike on Pujols. A little off-speed breaking ball at 83 miles an hour. Pujols checks in with the third base coach, as does the runner at first, is Turris. The Mariners, the first time Pujols was up, gave him a steady diet of pitches away until the pitch he finally hit, which was a breaking ball almost in the dirt. That's what they want here. But the pitch is hung a bit, driven deep to left, but foul. So it's 2 strikes on number 5, Albert Pujols.
And once again, he went back in there with that little slider in on the hands, got a little bit of the plate, and Albert fouled it away.
Yeah, Olivo wants that pitch below the knees. He wants it down. Let him golf it. And it was up. So let's see what Noesi does 0-2 here. He checks the runner, and from the belt throws fastball, popped up into shallow center, backing up Ackley, and he'll make the catch. Is Turris back to first, and that's the second out. So he's done a nice job in 2 at-bats against Pujols. Well, Friday, June 15th, the first 20,000 fans at Safeco are going to take home the king of all bobbleheads. It's Felix Hernandez bobblehead night, featuring the Mariners ace sporting a yellow Kings Court t-shirt. How about that? Pick up tickets for Felix Hernandez bobblehead night when the Mariners take on the San Francisco Giants. Tickets available at mariners.com. That's Friday night, June 15th. Noesi's pitch to Morales. Strike call. Todd Titchener, the plate umpire. Larry Vanover at first. Tony Randazzo out at second. And Brian Gorman, the umpire, at third. Runs and hits are even, each side with a pair of runs and 3 hits. Morales led off last inning with a walk, scored. The Angels got 2 in the second to tie it at 2 after the Mariners built the 2-0 lead. Morales swings and fails to connect on a breaking ball, and the count is 0-2. So Noesi, a good job getting ahead of Pujols 0-2. Now the cleanup hitter Morales is up there 0-2. 28-year-old native of Cuba, Kendrys Morales, wears number 8. The Angels with their home white uniforms with a lot of red trim. Smoke holds at first with his Turris. From the set, Noesi's pitch swung on, hit high and deep to right, way back. Ichiro doesn't even have to move. He looks up, it is out of here. A 2-run Morales home run. So Noesi gets ahead of Morales and can't finish him off, and the Angels take the lead 4-2. Home run number 7 for Morales, his 3rd home run in this series. So let's pause here for station identification. This is the Alaska Airlines Mariners Radio Network.
Hey, Mike Salk here from the Brock and Salk Show. Lots of decisions for Eric Wedge as he has an off day tomorrow as they head back home. What will he do with his lineup? Any roster moves to talk about? It's Brock and Salk. Listen to us tomorrow at 9 o'clock on 710 ESPN, KIRO AM Seattle.
Well, 12 starts for Noesi. He's given up 14 home runs. He throws a strike to start things off to Mark Trumbo, who singled in the second inning. So a 1-out walk to Turris and a 2-out home run to Morales. He got ahead 0-2 and could not close the deal. Trumbo, right-handed hitter, swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. And again, 3rd straight hitter, Noesi is ahead 0-2.
And you know what? Right now they can't hit his curveball. They're mashing on that fastball. Throw it again. Make sure it's down. But if you're going to throw a fastball, make sure it's in and off the plate. He's getting hurt. 0-2 again.
4-2. Mariners trail. 3rd inning. Ground ball in the hole left side. Seager over. Makes the play. Throws to first. Trumbo is gone. 5-3. The walk certainly hurts. In fact, a walk in the second, a walk here in the third, both come in to score. And after 3 innings in Orange County, California, it's the Angels 4 and the Mariners 2.
I love Pepsi.
ESPN Seattle.
4-2, the Angels lead. Boy, everybody looking forward to getting home. 19 of the next 25 Mariners games at Safeco Field, and it all starts with the Dodgers Friday night coming in for a huge 3-game series. So this is the time for you to get out and see your club. 4th inning, here's Rick.
All right, thank you, Kenny. Jesus Montero will lead it off, and he takes a breaking ball from Jerome Williams for a strike, 0-1. Kendry Morales with a 2-out, 2-run home run in the bottom of the 3rd. Right now, the difference in this game, 4-2 Angels. Wind up and the pitch, swinging a foul off the catcher Hank Conger, and the count is 0-2. Kendry Morales, a home run tonight. Morales, 2 home runs a couple of nights ago in the opening game of the series. Mariners won that game, though, by a score of 8-6. Williams, 6-game winner, 6-2, delivers. Swing and a pop-up, shallow right field, going out to second baseman Howie Kendrick calling for it. Kendrick is out there and makes the catch, and Montero is out, number 1. Once again, the Sterling Bank score. It's the Angels 4 and the Mariners 2 in the top half of inning number 4. Say, friends, saving money is harder than it looks. When you need help, stop by your Wells Fargo. They're going to take a look at your financial picture to help you save. With a Wells Fargo checking account, you're going to get all sorts of online tools and make saving easier. Wells Fargo, together we'll go far. Here's Justin Smoke. The pitch, changeup, misses outside, ball 1. Jerome Williams from Honolulu, Hawaii, signed as a free agent with the Angels last June 16th of 2011. The windup and the pitch, fastball is inside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. He's 1-0 against the Mariners this year. Back on May the 26th, beat the Mariners in Seattle 5-3. Went 6 innings through 99 pitches. Change-up, strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-1. So Williams has gone change-up, fastball, change-up to Justin Smoke. What a year last year. He started off last season in an independent league, the Atlantic League, pitching for the Lancaster Barnstormers. Here's the windup and the 2-1 pitch. Strike 2 called, 2-2 on Smoke. So that's how far Williams came along last year. From an independent league team to going to AAA Salt Lake City after he signed as a minor league free agent with the Angels, to the big leagues. 2-2 pitch and a swing and a miss, off-speed pitch for strike 3. So 2 down for the Mariners here in the 4th. At a strikeout number 5 for Jerome Williams.
You know, I remember seeing Jerome with the Giants and the Cubs, and you said, oh, he's got lightning stuff. I ran into him a few years ago. I went to a game at Blair Field down here in Long Beach, and there's Jerome Williams pitching. I'm saying, what happened to this guy?
Where did he come from?
What?
Yeah.
I thought he was a big leaguer, and he is a big leaguer. Well, but, boy, he's had a tough time of it.
Well, 2 years ago, if you went to Taiwan, you would have seen Jerome Williams because he was pitching in Taiwan. Here's center fielder Michael Saunders, and he takes a pitch inside. So he's been quite a story. And we were talking for a long time last night in the dugout before the game, and he feels real fortunate. He says, I've got a new lease on life with the Angels. Here's the pitch to Michael. Changeup misses outside. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes, and he knows it. I mean, he was away from the major leagues for a long time.
Almost forever.
Yeah, prior to last year, he was with the Nationals back in 2007. Next pitch to Saunders, up and away, ball 3. 3-0 the count. In 2007, he was 0-5 with the Nationals and had a 7.20 ERA. Williams looks in, has a sign from Hank Conger. Here's the windup and the 3-0 toss to Saunders, and it's a strike, 3-1. Saunders has been on just about everything on this road trip. Man, he's hitting everything hard. Home run to center field last night, only Mariner run. The pitch swung on, line drive into right field for a base hit. So Michael Saunders hangs out another rope for a single to right field this time, and he is 2 for 2 tonight. And you could have hanged the laundry on that clothesline into right field. Michael Saunders right on top of it, and a pitch that was down and away went out and got it.
Could you have a better trip than he's had? Can you imagine 9-game trip? He's had 18 hits. 18 for 36. That's pretty close to 500.
He was hitting. It is 500.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
There you go.
There you go.
1836.
I just wanted you to confirm it for me.
He was hitting 471 on the trip. Going into tonight's game, here's a move to first base. A little wide toss handled by Pujols as Saunders gets back. And he's now 2 for 2 tonight, so he's hitting 500 on this road trip. Here is Miguel Olivo. He represents the tying run of the ball game. Angels lead 4-2. We're in the fourth. Another nice crowd here in Anaheim. Here's the stretch. There goes Saunders. Pitch on the way high for a ball. No throw down to second by Conger. Conger popped up from behind home plate. I don't know if he got a good grip on the ball as he tried to make the transfer. But Michael Saunders in at second base with his 9th steal of the year. And this kid right now is getting it done.
I've always talked about all his ability. You know, all of a sudden now everything just seems to have a glow to it. He can run. He can catch the ball. He can throw the ball. He's hitting. He has some power.
Oh.
I mean, you know, he's kind of one of those guys you say, well, you know, potentially he can do it all. And now it's starting to show a lot more.
Again, the set by Williams. The 1-0 pitch to Olivo, and that's high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. It's just watching Michael on this road trip. He's playing with so much confidence. He's getting to every fastball. I think that's the key. Getting to the fastball. He's reacting to the other pitches that Chris Chambliss was talking about, what Mike Karp now needs to do. Here's the pitch to Miggy. A strike on the outside corner. The count is now 2-1. But Michael Saunders kind of reinvented himself during the offseason, going to Denver, making his home in Denver with his wife Jessica, working real hard with Mike Bard, Josh's brother, during the offseason. That's where it started. Here's the pitch, and it's outside to Olivo, ball 3, 3-1. So it was there he built the foundation. And then we saw right away at spring training in the inter-squad games a different Michael Saunders. So he just keeps building on his success day in and day out. Now the 3-1 to Olivo, swing and a foul back, and man, he wanted to reach the Mariner bullpen and straightaway left field and tie this thing up, but the count is now full, 3-2. And he can do it. A few days ago, that long home run at U.S. Cellular Field and straightaway center field, way up into the batter's eye. It was estimated at 448 feet from home plate. Williams will look back, delivers. Swing and a pop-up into shallow center field. Howie Kendrick going out, still going out. He's there. And the Angels second baseman makes the catch to end the inning. No runs, a hit. Again by Michael Saunders. He's stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the fourth here in Anaheim. It's the Angels 4 and the Mariners 2.
WAD.gov.
Brock and Salk talk Mariners tomorrow morning 9 to noon on 710 ESPN Seattle.
Angels lead by a score of 4-2 as we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning on a glorious night here in Southern California. Hector Noesi into the windup. Here's the pitch to Howie Kendrick to lead things off, and he takes outside ball 1. Kendrick, Ibar, Conger for the Angels here in the fourth. They got 2 in the second and 2 in the third on a big 2-run home run with 2 outs by Kendry Morales, who has been a real thorn in the side of the Mariners in this series. And the next pitch is down low. Ball 2, 2-0. Noesi ready. The windup, and here's the 2-0. Sinker down and away. Ball 3, 3-0. Saunders faded slightly toward right center field. 3-0 pitch, and it's way outside. Ball 4. So that is the third walk given up by Noesi. 1 on for the Angels here in the bottom of the fourth. Well, get ready for the hottest June on record when 3 classic franchises come to town. The Dodgers, Giants, and the Red Sox. Some of the best in baseball will be coming to Safeco Field, so don't miss it. For tickets to all 3 weekend showdowns, visit Mariners.com. And remember, Friday night, Mariners back home to take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Managed by Don Mattingly. So we'll see you Friday night at Safeco Field. Game time 7:10. Here's Eric Ibar, the set. And the pitch. Ibar takes way outside. Ball 1. And we'll keep our fingers crossed and hopefully see Felix Hernandez get the start maybe on Sunday. If everything goes well, he's going to throw again on Thursday. Tomorrow, the off day. Friday, be looked at. Has a sore back that he tweaked in this start against the White Sox in Chicago. Now the stretch and the 1-0 pitch. Low and outside. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. And Noesi has yet to throw a strike. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That'll bring pitching coach Carl Willis out of the dugout to have a talk with Hector, along with catcher Miguel Olivo. And you cannot walk the leadoff batter. He has twice, and the first one came around to score Morales.
Charlie Furbush is in the bullpen, the left-hander. The skipper talking about the fact that he got a nice contribution, 3 innings of shutout ball from Hisashi Iwakuma last night, and it sets up the bullpen a little bit, makes it easier, because you've got to figure tonight there's a good possibility you're going to have to go into that bullpen, and it's well rested. So, and then you get an off day on Thursday, another off day on Monday. So, you can manage a lot differently when you get a little breathing room. The skipper saying, and I think you heard him, he said, hey, when you're playing every day, you have to be really careful that you don't burn out that bullpen. So you get in some spots where you have to do something sometimes you wouldn't like to do necessarily.
Right now, a number of guys available with the off day tomorrow. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Ibar, runner goes, swinging a pop-up down the left field line, slicing over and into foul territory and into the crowd beyond the reach of Mike Karp. And the count is 2-1 on Ibar as Kendrick was taken off over at first base. Yeah, that was a big plus in last night's ball game. There weren't many. The Angels won 6-1, but Iwakuma, going 3 scoreless innings, gave up only 1 hit, saved the bullpen. So just about everybody available for tonight's game with the off day tomorrow. Again, the set by Noesi. Kendrick a lead. And he stays. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Popped up out of play again on the left field side into the crowd. And the count is now even on Eric Ibar at 2-2.
Eric Wedge asked if he would ever start Iwakuma in maybe a spot start. He said, I'd be comfortable doing that now. He's gotten so much better command than we saw in spring training. So, again, they're getting more confidence in him, and that's another plus with this ball club.
He hasn't pitched that much this year, but he has pitched very well when he's gotten in there in long relief in a situation like that. He did very well last night late in the game to save the bullpen and have him ready for tonight's contest. Noesi, a little move over to first base to get Kendrick back to the bag. 1 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th, 4-2 Angels. Noesi looks in, has a sign from Olivo. Here's the stretch and the pitch on the way, and it's outside for ball 3. Full count on Ibar, 3-2, and now you got to think that Kendrick is going to be motoring over at first base and heading towards second. So if I'm Hector Noesi right now, I think I may show Howie Kendrick a good move over at first base. See if you might catch him leaning. But he's running on this pitch. Noesi taking some time, looks in, gets a sign from Miguel Olivo. Smoke playing at the bag. Kendrick a lead. The set by Noesi. The runner goes. Pitch of the way. Swinging a ground ball right to Smoke at first base. Who looked down at second. No chance to get Kendrick. And now Justin goes right back over to first. Steps on the pillow for the out on Ibar, 1 away. And by sending Kendrick, the Angels stay out of the double play. 1 on, 1 away. So Noesi has been in trouble the last 3 innings, and here is catcher Hank Conger. I was talking with Hank before the ball game tonight about Garrett Richards last night, who he caught at AAA Salt Lake City. And he said, Rick, his 2-seam fastball was really moving last night, throwing 95 to 97 miles an hour. Didn't throw a slider all that much, but he threw his curveball. Man, that kid was tough. 7 innings, gave up only 1 run, the home run to Saunders. And now time is called. Miguel Olivo going out to have a talk with Hector Noesi, and right away that glove goes right in the face of Noesi because you don't want to have anybody reading your lips. Always get a kick out of that.
They could stand there and talk for 5 minutes and I wouldn't know what they were saying. I mean, come on.
First of all, you have to have pretty good eyes. But I mean, everybody does it. The glove right in their face. Miguel Olivo back behind the plate. 1 on, 1 away. Bottom of the fourth. 4-2 Angels. The stretch. Here's the pitch on the way to Conger. Swung on. Broken by Looper. Shallow center. Coming up is Saunders. Michael is there to make the catch. And holding at second base is Howie Kendrick. Conger breaking his bat on the swing. Easy fly ball right to Saunders with his second out. Here's center fielder Peter Borges, who struck out in the second. And with the arrival of Mike Trout, I don't know about the playing time or the lack of it for Peter Borges, but this kid can play center field. But right now he's hitting just .215 with 1 home run and 9 runs batted in. Noesi, a look back at Kendrick, the runner at second base. The stretch and the pitch. Borges takes a fastball for a strike. 0-1. You have a lot of talented young outfielders on this Angel Ball Club. You got Trout now. You have Mark Trumbo, who was a first baseman last year. Well, Pujols is here, so now Trumbo has to move around. You have this kid. And then the 2 veterans. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss by Borges, and the count is 0-2. You have Torrey Hunter, who has won 9 Gold Gloves. He was in the starting lineup the opening 2 games of this series, having the night off tonight. And then there's Vernon Wells, who is making a ton of money, and right now he's on the disabled list.
Yeah, they were having trouble getting playing time for the veterans last season. And then you bring in Pujols, it gets even tighter.
Noesi stares down, gets the sign from Olivo. From the belt, Hector, the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to short. Up with it is Brendan Ryan. Fires the first in time to get Borges, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on after 4 innings of play here in Anaheim. It's the Angels 4 and the Mariners 2.
Now, when a great team like the...
Listen to Bob and Graz tomorrow noon to 3 on 710 ESPN Seattle.
Our Sterling Bank score, it's the Angels 4 and the Mariners 2 as we go to the top of the 5th inning tonight here in Anaheim. Left fielder Mike Karp will lead things off, followed by Brendan Ryan. Then back to the top of the order in Ichiro. Jerome Williams winds, fires the pitch for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Right now there's a lot of sports fans here in Southern California going crazy over hockey. The Los Angeles Kings, if they win tonight, beat the New Jersey Devils, they're going to win the Stanley Cup. They lead 3-0. Swinging a ground ball, hit hard but foul along the first base line, and the count is 0-2.
Game just ended. I've been going around ever since I got to the park. Everybody's had it out, and I told everybody, I said it was nothing forever. I said the Devils will win this game. Everybody looking at me, you crazy? 3-1. New Jersey beats the Kings.
Devils win.
That's the deal.
Here's the pitch to Karp. Swung on. Fly ball left field line. Slicing foul and into the sea of red down the line. And it's still 0-2 on Karp. So the New Jersey Devils are still alive.
When you're up 3-0 and you're playing at home to close out and you've got to fly to New York.
Yeah.
If you lose, you lose. You lose that game.
Here's the pitch on the way, and it's inside on Karp for ball 1. 1 ball. And 2 strikes.
Happens all the time. Not every time, but bet on it.
Williams looks in. Now the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Inside. Ball 2. Good eye by Karp. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Our 5th inning sponsor is 5 Hour Energy. Hours and hours of energy. Mike Karp with a 2-out 2-run double in the second. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a bouncy ball out to the second baseman. Kendrick off to his right. He's got it to throw to first in time to get Karp. And there's 1 away for the Mariners here in the 5th. Brings up shortstop Brendan Ryan. Brendan 0 for 1. Went after the first pitch and popped up to third baseman Maicer is Turris. Jerome Williams, one of the better stories for the Angels. 6-2 going into tonight's game with a 3.68 ERA. This is his 10th start of the year. Loves pitching here at the Big A, no doubt about it. He is 8-0 here at this ballpark with a 1.84 ERA in 8 career starts. Here's the pitch. Ryan shows bunt, made the attempt and missed, and the count is 0-1. Brennan hitting just 168, 1 home run, 12 runs batted in. The windup and the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the shortstop to backhand at Ibar. His throw to first, and it's in time to get Ryan 2 up and 2 down. And when Jerome Williams, things are working out with that two-seam fastball, there plenty of ground ball outs behind him, and that's been the case. Mariners back home right after this ball game. A day off tomorrow, then they take on the Dodgers on Friday night at Safeco Field. Edgar Martinez will be out there with the Martinez Foundation along with his beautiful wife Holly. Edgar's going to throw out a ceremonial first pitch. Here's Ichiro trying to get something going with 2 outs. 4-2 Angels. A fastball by Williams is outside, ball 1. So it's going to be great to see Edgar. Played his entire career in a Mariners uniform. Should be in the Hall of Fame. I think he got about, 33% of the votes last time around. Next pitch swung on, slow roller left side of the mound to the shortstop, and Ibar can't find the handle off his glove. Tried to hurry things up, and he is charged with an error. He had a chance, but off his glove, and Ichiro is safe at first base. And now let's see if the Mariners can capitalize.
I like that ground ball that Ryan hit. Ibar easily could have slid to his right and gotten in front of it, but he decided to backhand it, Latin style, and I said, holy cow. And that one he let get a little deep between his feet and couldn't make the play. You have to do those mechanics. You got to do them right.
Got to make the routine plays. And Ichiro's on at first base. Tying run of the plate. Dustin Ackley. Turn and toss over to first by Williams, and that will get Ichiro back to the bag. Dustin Ackley 0 for 2 tonight. 1 for 10 in the series. Pujols playing at the bag, trying to keep Ichiro close. Here's a snap throw to first base, and diving back safely is Ichiro. So Williams showing Ichiro his good move. Williams making his 3rd career start against Seattle, and his 2nd start of this year. Again, the stretch. Here's the pitch. Dustin looks at it outside for ball 1. Earned the victory in his last start on May the 26th in Seattle. Went 6 innings. Angels won that game 5-3. 2-0 lifetime against the Mariners with a even 3.00 ERA. 1 on 2 outs. 4-2 Angels. Here's the pitch. Ackley with a strike on the inside corner. 1-1. Williams' rookie year back in 2003 with the San Francisco Giants. He was 7-5 in 21 starts. Williams looks in, delivers, swing, and a fly ball down the left field line. On the run, Mike Trout dives, and he can't get to it. It's a fair ball, and it bounces up into the crowd. It was a fair ball. Holy smokes, it bounces into the seats. If it stays in the field of play, Ichiro scores easily, but he's going to be stopped at third base. So that will be a double for Dustin Ackley, and Ichiro is on at third with 2 outs. Mike Trout diving for that ball, just missed it, and it landed just inside fair territory. And with that, let's pause for station identification. This is the Alaska Airlines Mariners Radio Network.
On 710 ESPN KIRO AM Seattle.
Dustin Ackley with a double down the line. He's at second. Ichiro on at third with 2 outs. Tying runs aboard in scoring position for Kyle Seager. 4-2 Angels. The stretch and the pitch to Kyle. Swung on, fly ball deep into right field. Going back, Trumbull to the wall, leaps up, and it's off the wall. Here comes Ichiro. Here comes Ackley on to score. Right behind him, Kyle Seager in at second with a 2-out, 2-run double. Ties the game. It's now the Mariners 4, the Angels 4, and this kid comes through again with another clutch hit with 2 outs, and he now has 34 runs batted in on the season. Game tied at 4.
Boy, he went up there, and, you felt confidence because he looked confident. The ball going off the wall, and that missed Trumbo's glove by inches. And he almost missed jump because he came very close to catching it. Now Mike Butcher, the Angels pitching coach, out. But you watch Seager. I watched him walk up. I just watched his demeanor. And as he was waiting for that first pitch, I looked, and, he just, I just said to myself, he's up there. He's going to swing, and he is going to hammer the first decent pitch he sees. He just looked that way. He's a player.
And he jumped all over it for the extra base hit. Drives in a pair to tie up the game at 4-4. That visit to the mound by Mike Butcher, brought to you by Pacific Office Automation. Just like Pacific, problem solved. Here's Jesus Montero. Fastball on the way, and it's up high. A check swing, though. Did he go? Yes, he does, according to first base umpire Larry Vanover on the appeal. 0-1 on Montero, so Seager, the go-ahead run, is on at second base. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Montero with a swing and a ground ball up the middle, and it's going to sneak into center field, backhanded by Kendrick, and that will keep Seager from scoring. He goes to third, but has to stop there. Slow roller up the middle. It'll go as a base hit for Jesus Montero, but Howie Kendrick went way to his right to backhand the ball in shallow center behind the bag at second to prevent Seager from scoring on the play. But now the Mariners have runners at first and third with 2 outs in a 4-4 tie. And here's Justin Smoke.
Little things hurt you. 2 walks tonight have hurt Noesi. And what opened the door here? 2 outs, ground ball. Ichiro to short. Ibar misplays at error, and everything falls apart. Good news for the Mariners.
It could have been a 1-2-3 inning, but that error opened up the door for the Mariners. Here's Justin Smoke, and the pitch by Williams. Strike called. 0-1. Ackley with the double down the line on the diving attempt by Mike Trout came up short. But runners on at second and third. Seager on the very next pitch hit one off the tall wall in right field just beyond the reach of Trumbo. Now the hit by Montero. The pitch to Smoke. Swung on, fouled away behind the plate, and the count is 0-2. Justin looking for his first base hit tonight. He has flied out to Borges in center and struck out his last time up in the 4th inning. Williams wants a new baseball, and he gets one from the home plate umpire tonight, Todd Titchener. Justin Smoke batting .300 on this road trip. The last 3 weeks hitting .311. Williams looks in. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Fastball misses away for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Smoke backs away from home plate to look down at third base coach Jeff Datz, and now steps back in. Justin, a switch hitter, batting from the left side. Here's the set. And the 1-2 pitch. Inside with a fastball for ball 2. 2-2. Williams wanted that call from Todd Titchener, the plate umpire. He didn't get it. Another good eye by Justin Smoke. So 2 runs are in, and Seager represents the go-ahead run on at third base. Montero on at first. The stretch. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will end the inning. We're at the halfway point. We go to the bottom of the 5th thanks to a 2-out 2-run double by Kyle Seager. This game is tied. We go to the bottom of the 5th even. It's the Mariners 4, the Angels 4.
Any energy of
make the best choice for your home connection. Choose well. Choose Wave Broadband.
Listen to Brock and Salk tomorrow 9 on 710 ESPN Seattle.
Well, a brand new ball game as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning here in Anaheim. Our Sterling Bank score is now the Mariners 4 and the Angels 4. Kyle Seager with a 2-run 2-out double off the wall in right field. Mike Trout leading off the bottom of the 5th inning. Hector Noesi winds, fires away a strike on Trout on the inside corner. 0-1. Checking out scores around the American League tonight on this Wednesday night in baseball. Tampa Bay and New York. Yankees beat the Rays 4-1. Next pitch to Trout is low outside 1-1. Cleveland and Detroit. Indians over the Tigers 9-6 at Comerica Park. Baltimore and Boston. Orioles win again. They beat the Red Sox by a score of 2-1. What a year for Baltimore. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Trout. 1-2. The Orioles on top in the East now with a record of 32-24. Toronto and Chicago. Blue Jays shutting out the White Sox 4-0. Brandon Morrow with the win. He's now 7-3. The windup and the 1-2 to Trout. Low and outside with a breaking ball. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Minnesota and Kansas City. Twins win 4-2. Texas and Oakland. They're in the 6th inning. A's leading the Rangers by a score of 2-0. And here in Anaheim, we're tied 4-4, bottom of the fifth. Noesi back with the 2-2 offer. Slider swinging a foul back, and the count is still 2-2. Final in the NBA semifinals. Oklahoma City Thunder beating the San Antonio Spurs tonight, 107-99. Oklahoma City going to the NBA Finals. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's low and outside, ball 3, full count, 3-2. The Thunder win that series against the Spurs 4-2. They're going to the finals. Mike Trout 1 for 2 with a single in the right field. Noesi looks in, has a sign, but now time is called as Trout backs away. In the National League tonight, San Francisco and San Diego. Giants beating the Padres 6-5. Mets in Washington. Nationals win 5-3. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Pulled foul. It bounces right over the top of the Angel dugout and into the seats. The box seats right behind the dugout. Still 3-2 on Trout. Trout, the American League Rookie of the Month for May when he hit .324. Noesi looks in, the sign, the wind, and the 3-2 pitch. Up and away, ball 4, and another leadoff walk. And my goodness, Noesi playing with fire tonight. That's his 4th walk he's given up, and his 3rd leadoff walk. Kendry Morales led off the 2nd with a walk, scored a run. Howie Kendrick led off the 4th with a walk, was stranded at 2nd, and now a leadoff walk to this guy, Trout. One guy you got to keep off the bases. He is so quick. 9 steals. So he's out at first base. Watch him. He might steal early in the count. Here's Myceres Turris, the set. And the pitch on the way is as Turris shows bunt, and he takes a fastball high and outside. Ball 1. Time for the Farmers friendly review. See how your highly trained local Farmers agent can save you money. Call 1-800-FARMERS or visit farmers.com. We are insurance. We are Farmers. Mariners 2 in the 2nd. Angels 2 in the 2nd. Angels got 2 in the 3rd. Mariners 2 in the 5th. The set. And a move to first base to get Trout back to the bag. Here's Turris, steps out of the box, looks down, gets the sign, steps back in. Infield double play depth. Ryan at short, Ackley at second. Here's the stretch. And the right-hander's 1-0 pitch. Runner stays. Bunt attempt. Fouled away to the left side of home plate. That ball had a little bit of hang time. Miguel Olivo hustling over to try to get to it. And now the count is even on his Turris at 1-1. So he's trying to sacrifice Trout down to second base. Abel coaching down at third, going through the signs again for manager Mike Scioscia. Is Turris up there as the number 2 hitter with a job to do. That job usually changes at bat to at bat. Trout again, a lead at first base. Noesi stares down from the belt. A move to first base to get Trout back to the bag. Dodgers in Philadelphia tonight. And that's the final. The Dodgers win it 6-5, and now they head to Seattle. The Mariners taking on the Dodgers at home at Safeco Field on Friday night. Go to SeattleMariners.com/tickets. Get your tickets for Friday night's opening game of the homestand. Here's the set as Turris turns the bunt, pitch on the way, and it's outside for ball 2. 2-1. Is Turris turning early as Noesi was still in his stretch. So Mike Scioscia wants his Turris to get the bunt down and get Trout down to second base. Miguel Olivo threw out Trout trying to steal a couple of nights ago, and Miggy's been outstanding, throwing out 10 of 26, almost 40%. The stretch and another move to first base as Trout gets back one more time. Mike Scioscia, former catcher for a long time in the big leagues with the Dodgers, knows something about throwing runners trying to steal. Trout again a lead and another move to first base and back just in time safely with a dive is Trout. Noesi almost picked him off as Trout was a little late turning to his left and getting back to the bag, and they almost got him. Down with a swipe tag, Justin Smoke, but it was late, just a little bit late. 4-4 tie, bottom of the 5th inning, 1 on, nobody out. Again the set. There goes Trout. Pitch on the way. Swinging a foul behind home plate past the on deck hitter Albert Pujols, and the count is even on his tourist at 2-2. And now Trout heads on back to first base. So Mike Scioscia with a count 2-1, telling his tourist to swing away. With the runner going, you can't pitch his Turris in because there's just too much room on the right side for his Turris, a switch hitter batting left-handed. Here's another throw to first, low, and it gets on by Smoke down the right field line. Trout down to second. He makes the turn, heading for 3. He's going to make it. Up with the ball is Dustin Ackley, way down the right field side, and air on the pickoff attempt by Hector Noesi. And Mike Trout winds up on it, third base. The throw was wide, low to the right. I mean, Noesi just buried that throw. Smoke had to circle around Trout, diving back into the bag. But Mike Trout had plenty of time to get up and scamper all the way around to third base. The infield is back. Ground ball scores a run. Here's the stretch and the pitch. There's Turris low and inside in the dirt for ball 3. Full count.
Very rare to see the Mariners make 2 errors in a game. You know, they made only, 23 all year. Only the Yankees with fewer errors. So that's surprising.
Trout again, a lead at third base. Noesi looks in. Here's the set and the 3-2 pitch. Low and inside, it bounces in, knocking it down to catcher Miguel Olivo for ball 4. Another walk given up by Noesi. That is 5 walks. His pitch count up to 76. And there is activity down to the bullpen. Remember, Hector is going on 3 days rest, but he's having a rough time trying to throw strikes.
Yeah, he's at 76 pitches. Last weekend when he pitched in Chicago, 71. And Sean Kelly's been working quite a while. He's plenty warm out in the pen. And here comes the skipper, and I'm sure he's seen enough here.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it. No doubt about it. Kelly, the new pitcher, delivers to Albert Pujols. A big swing and a miss. 0-1 the count on Pujols. First and third for the Angels with nobody out. Bottom of the 5th inning. Mariners and the Angels all tied at 4-4. So Sean Kelly takes over. Here's the stretch of the pitch. Swing and a pop-up into shallow right field. Going out, calling for Dustin Ackley. He's there toward the line and makes the catch. The throw to the plate on the hop to Miguel Olivo. And that will keep Trout at third base. So there is out number 1. Pujols pops up. An easy play into shallow right field. So that will bring up designated hitter Kendry Morales, who has been a thorn, a major thorn in the side of the Mariners in this series. A couple of nights ago with 2 home runs and a 2-run home run tonight. In the bottom of the 3rd, that gave the Angels a 4-2 lead, but the Mariners came back with 2 in the top half of this inning, the 5th, on a 2-out, 2-run double by Kyle Seager. So here's Morales. The Angels have Trout on at third. Is Turris the runner at first base now with 1 down. The pitch. Swing and a ground ball left side. Diving Ryan can't get to it. A base into left field. Trout will score from third. And the Angels lead 5-4. Kendry Morales strikes one more time. His 3rd run batted in tonight, and the Angels have the lead 5-4. Down to second base goes his Turris. Only 1 out, and that'll bring up right fielder Mark Trumbo. So it doesn't get any easier. Trumbo 4 for 4 last night with a couple of home runs. And he is 1 for 2 tonight. And that run will be charged to Hector Noesi, who goes 4+ innings. He has given up 5 runs, 4 hits. He walked 5. That was his undoing tonight. I'm sure he was on some kind of pitch count on 3 days rest. Here's the pitch to Trumbo, and it's a slider that misses away, ball 1. He walked 5. 3 have come around to score, and he struck out 1. Trumbo a single and a run scored tonight. He is grounded out to Seager at third base. Kelly from the stretch, and the right-hander's 1-0 pitch, swinging a ground ball foul up the first base side, and the count is even on Trumbo. 1-1. Right now, the big first out, Albert Pujols popping up to Ackley in shallow right field with 2 on, and now there's 1 away with runners at first and second and a run in. Kelly looks in, the sign from Olivo, the 1-1 pitch, low and outside with a slider, ball 2, 2-1 the count. On deck is Howie Kendrick. Man, the Angels have had runners all over the place. Noesi was in all kinds of trouble over the last, 4 innings. Sean to look back at second. Now the 2-1 pitch, swung on, popped up behind home plate, out of play off to our right. Now the count is even on Trumbo at 2-2. Trumbo taking his time. Now steps back up to home plate, number 44 on his back. Talked with Mark before the ball game. He said they got you all over the place. He was taking fly balls in left field early this afternoon. He's getting the start in right field tonight. Kelly ready. Runners get their leads. One down, the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Sean Kelly strikes out Mark Trumbo for the second out of the inning. 5-4 Angels, now 2 outs, and that'll bring up second baseman Howie Kendrick. 2 big outs for Sean Kelly. Got a slider down and away, and Trumbo chased it. Here's Kendrick, who had a sacrifice bunt in the second, and he walked his last time up in the fourth. His Turris on at second. Morales will lead at first. The pitch, fastball, strike at the belt, and it's 0-1. Well, over the last 3 days of the Major League Draft, we've seen some interesting names being drafted. Sons of former big leaguers. Bo Amaral, remember Rich Amaral, who played for the Mariners. His son Bo was drafted. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss by Kendrick, and the count is 0-2. Little Bo Amaral, I remember him, man, as just a little kid when Richie was playing for the Mariners, drafted by Cincinnati in the 7th round. I made a pact with Bo when he was about 6 years old. I said, son, I want to be your agent. Hope he calls me. Here's the pitch, low and outside for ball 1 on Kendrick. 1-2 the count. I don't think Bo remembers that conversation we had. We did shake on it, though.
You could call him.
Yeah.
You go, I'm Rick. Remember Rick, the announcer? You remember me? Yeah,
you
yeah.
Go, who?
Yeah. Who? Remember that agent story we had, that conversation?
I told Richie 100 times. I've seen him a few times, last few years. Here's the next pitch on the way. Swinging a line drive, base hit into right field. Here's Turris to third, being waved in. Eacher off of the ball. The throw into second, and back to the bag goes Morales. Another run scores. Is Turris from second on a single to the right field by Howie Kendrick, and it's now the Angels 6 and the Mariners 4. So give Kendrick a base hit with 2 outs and a run batted in. Morales to second made a short turn. As Turris was able to score from second. Thought there might be a play at the plate.
Yeah, I did too.
But the throw went into second base. So 2 runs are in. The Angels now lead 6-4. 2 on still, 2 outs. And here is Eric Ibar. Sean Kelly looks down the sign. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Ground ball to Smoke at first. Right at him. He's got it. He'll take it to the bag for the out on Ibar, and that'll end the inning. But the Angels do some damage. They get 2 runs on just 2 hits. 1 error and 2 men are left on. And after 5 innings of play here in Anaheim, it's now the Angels 6 and the Mariners 4.
Just like Safeco Field, Beacon Plumbing will keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Call Beacon Plumbing 10.
Brock and Salk, weekday mornings 9 to noon on 710 ESPN Seattle.
Well, it's now the Angels 6 and the Mariners 4. We go to the top of the 6th inning tonight here in Anaheim, and for the play-by-play, here's Ken Wilson.
The hot hitter, Rick, Michael Saunders, is going to lead it off. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander, and the pitch in for a strike. Saunders has singled twice. He scored one of the 2 Mariner runs back in the second. So he is 18 for 36 on the trip. Here's the pitch, and it's a good one on the inside corner, 0-2. Saunders now hitting .276. So he has gone up over 50 points on this trip. He started at 224. Here's the next pitch, and this one is high, 1-2. Saunders, Olivo, and Karp here in the 6th inning. Our Sterling Bank score is 6-4 Angels. Jerome Williams pitch, and it's a curve in the dirt. So the count is 2-2 on Saunders, the native of Victoria, British Columbia. Mariners trying to go home with a winning record on this road trip. They'll have to come from behind. This pitch is lashed foul off to the left into the upper deck. Still 2-2. Mariners 4-4 on this 9-game journey. Last 18 games, to go back even further, they're 9-9. So playing some real stable baseball with a lot of games on the road. Next pitch is tight, and a 3-2 count on Saunders leading off here in the 6th inning. Jerome Williams trying to become the 9th 7-game winner in the American League. Nobody has won more than 7. Here's his pitch, grounded up the middle. Oh, baby, there's another hit. Saunders is making this look easy. He gets a 3-2 pitch, doesn't try to do a lot, just puts the bat on it and grounds it right up the middle into center field. He is 3 for 3, so that is 19 for 37 on the road trip.
Unbelievable. And that pitch was away. He went out and got it in the last night's game. He had a pitch that was outside the strike zone away, lined it over the head of the left fielder last night, Mark Trumbo. I mean, the baseball seems like the size of a grapefruit right now for this guy. Even his takes are good. When he's swinging the bat, he's been outstanding.
So he's up 56 points on the 9-game trip from 224 to 280.
My goodness.
That's almost impossible. Here's Olivo, swing and a miss. 1 strike on Miguel, who has struck out and popped to second.
We go into extra innings tonight. He's going to be hitting 300.
Yeah. I think he's going to go 2 for 2 tomorrow on the off day. So he could be hitting 300 by Friday.
He's that good.
Yeah. Somehow he'll find a way. He's at first. He's got a decent lead held by Pujols. The Angels in double play depth. Throw to first, and Saunders is back standing. So the Mariners win here Monday night 8-6. The Angels take the game last night 6-1. This has been a tough ballpark for the Mariners. The last 26 games they've played here, they're just 5-21. Here's the next pitch, low and outside, 1-1 on Olivo. So to get a win in the opening game of the series and be very much in this game, that's pretty darn good.
Kenny, I just checked on this road trip, getting back to Michael Saunders. This is his 5th game. He's had 3 or more hits. His 5th game on this trip.
How's he doing in this series? 7 for 10 in this 3-game series. Not bad. Williams a long set, now throws, and a liner hit by Olivo to his turris, and he makes the catch just above his left shoulder. And back to first goes Saunders, and there's 1 out. We pause for station identification. This is the Alaska Airlines Mariners Radio Network.
710 ESPN KIRO AM Seattle.
The batter is Mike Karp. Saunders at first, 1 out in the 6th. It is 6-4 Angels. Jerome Williams breaking ball inside, and it hits Karp. So Karp will go to first base, pushing Saunders to second. So the Mariners with a little something going here. The potential tying run now at first base, and the hitter will be Brendan Ryan. Hey, we invite you to bring out the whole family and celebrate Father's Day at Safeco Sunday, June 17th. The M's will host the San Francisco Giants, and not only will you be giving Dad the gift of some great Major League Baseball, but also a great giveaway item when he takes home a Mariners fishing cap. Now Mike Butcher out, and we've got a confab out on the mound. That Mariners fishing cap is free to the first 10,000 dads thanks to Trader Joe's. That's on Father's Day, Sunday, June 17th. So reel in those tickets at mariners.com. Now the conversation is over, and Butcher goes back to the dugout. So the Mariners have a chance here. Brendan Ryan is popped to third and grounded to short. 0 for 5 in the series. He came in only late as a defensive replacement Monday night in the opening game. So he's having a tough time with the stick. There's no doubt about it. He's up in a big spot here, though. Now look to second. The throw, and Saunders just able to get his paw back as Kendrick was there, and Williams made a nice toss. Hitting coach Chris Chambliss, Eric Wedge working with a lot of hitters, including Brendan Ryan, early hitting. Ryan, right-handed hitter, takes a cut and fouls this one into the dugout. Look out, everybody. Mariners first base dugout, and it's 1 strike. Chris Chambliss before the game talking with us, saying that what Brendan's doing, it gets a little complicated, is that he's reacting to different pitches and changing his approach to different pitches rather than just getting set and looking for a pitch in a zone and being able to handle it. You can't react and change up on every single pitch. Here's a fly ball to fairly deep center. Borges back to his right, makes the catch. He'll throw to second, tagging Saunders. He advances to third. Back to first goes Karp. And the M's have runners on the corners with 2 down here in the 6th inning. Ryan hit that pretty well. He's been hitting the ball in the air a lot lately, when you'd rather be, getting more hard ground balls and line drives. So it's a situation where Ichiro can cause some havoc. The Mariners are trailing by 2 with 2 outs in the 6th. Saunders at third, Karp at first. And Ichiro is in an 0 for 20 skid since he hit those 2 home runs in his first 2 at-bats Saturday in Chicago. But he can make everybody forget that in a hurry. First pitch, down and in, ball 1.
Like to see him do what he did a couple of at-bats ago, pull the ball to the right side. Took a great play by Kendrick to retire Ichiro back in the 3rd. There's room to the right side with Karp on at first base.
Outfield shades a bit to left. Williams gets the sign, then takes the foot off the rubber, fakes a move to first, no throw over. Williams, big guy, 6'3", 240, 30 years of age. 33 wins in his big league career, 31 losses. Ichiro's ready. Here comes the pitch to him. He swings, lashes it down the left field line. It's a hit. Racing over is Trout. Makes the play. 1 run in. Karp to third. The throw. He slides the tag. He's safe at third. So Ichiro delivers big time. He has a 2-out single to left field to plate Saunders. And the Mariners back within 1. They're trailing here in the 6th inning, 6-5. RBI number 20 for Ichiro. And here comes the skipper, Mike Scioscia, out. He's got action in the bullpen, and he's going to make a change. So tonight,
FBU Lions scoring Michael Saunders. It's now a 1-run ball game. It's the Angels 6 and the Mariners 5. We're in the top of the 6th inning, and the Mariners now have Mike Karp on at third, the tying run, and Ichiro at first base with 2 outs. The go-ahead run. The new pitcher for the Angels, right-handed Bobby Cassavant, 1-0 record with a 7.20 ERA, making only his 4th appearance of the season. Jerome Williams, the starter, 5 2/3 innings, gives up 9 hits right now, 5 runs, no walks, hit a batter, and he struck out 6. And here we go, Mr. Wilson.
Bobby Cassavant, a 26-year-old right-handed Floridian, and he'll face the left-handed hitting North Carolinian Dustin Ackley, who already has a double in 3 tries. Over at third, you've got Karp. You have Ichiro at first with good speed. Karp 90 feet away with 2 outs, the potential tying run. The right-hander sets, ready to work to Ackley. Here's the pitch, and it is low, ball 1. Cassavant had shoulder problems in the spring, missed the first 20 games, reinstated late in April, went down to Salt Lake, and he was recalled on May 21st. Bobby Cassavant. Now the sign's being sent out from Conger, the catcher. He's out in front of the plate. Ackley steps out, gets back in. Dustin has driven home 20 this season. The team leader is Kyle Seager with 34 RBIs. So a big spot here. This has been quite a game. Little seesaw action. 6-5. Mariners trail in the 6th. Cassavant checks the runner, then fakes to third, fakes to first. And nothing happened except about 10 seconds went by. Nobody moved. Nobody reacted. Crowd didn't say anything.
It was exciting, wasn't it?
It was. About as exciting as watching pitchers bat. Ackley's ready at the plate. He's up with a 1-0 count. Casavas pitch, sinker, and it sinks low. The off-speed delivery. It's 2-0. So Ackley gets himself in a hitting count now. Good hitters count. You've got Seager, the big RBI guy, on deck. The Mariners got 2 in the second, 2 in the fifth. Now they've scored a run here in the sixth inning, trailing by just 1. Can Ackley deliver? Here it comes, and this pitch is down and in at 90 miles per hour, and it's 3-0. The crowd a bit nervous and anxious here at Angel Stadium, still referred to by many as the Big A. The Mariners have out-hit the Angels tonight, 9-6. Casavas pitch on the way, 3-0 taken. It's ball 4. So that's going to load him up. That's not exactly what Mike Scioscia had in mind. He doesn't look very happy in the dugout. Casavas comes out of the bullpen and walks Ackley to jam the bases. Time called. Here comes Mike Butcher out.
And Butcher's going to go out and tell Bobby Casavas, listen, Bobby, I don't know what you're doing, but you're really ticking off Mike Scioscia right now. That's the old Art Fowler story.
Yeah.
Billy Martin. What's he? I don't want to go out there. Go out and talk to the guy. So he goes out and talks to the pitcher. Listen, I don't know what you're doing, but you're really ticking off Billy.
I don't know
Stop it.
I don't know what to say, but I'm not having fun standing next to him. Now David Carpenter, another right-hander, begins to work in the Halos bullpen. We saw David in the Monday night game.
Right now you got like this matchup. Kyle Seager up there with the bases loaded against the right-hander. He has come up with so many big hits with 2 outs, just like he did in the fifth, driving in 2 with 2 down.
Seager for a while has been the team's leading hitter. He's at 270 right now, but Saunders has galloped past him. Bases jammed, 2 outs. First pitch to Seager. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, baby, it's a base hit. Here comes Carp. He'll score. Now Ichiro around third. He'll score. Stopping at second is Ackley. Seager, who drove in 2 last inning, comes in and delivers a sharp single to drive in 2 more. And the Mariners here in the 6th take the lead 7-6.
This kid is amazing. That's the second time he's gone after the first pitch to drive in 2 runs. He had that 2-run double jumped on the first pitch from Jerome Williams off the wall in right field beyond the reach of Trumbo to score Ichiro and Ackley. And now he goes after the first pitch from Bobby Casavas. Hits a screaming liner right past Casavas. I don't know how it missed him, but it did. The ball went into center field to drive in Carp and Ichiro. So Kyle Seager, 2 hits and 4 runs batted in. And here comes Mike Scioscia one more time out of the Angel dugout.
Boy, he's not happy as the Mariners have taken the lead. The starter, Jerome Williams, who was 5-0 here in this park this season in 5 starts, won't get the win in this game. He ends up giving up 7 runs on 9 hits in 5 2/3. The Halos make a pitching change back after these.
Well, the Mariners now have the lead 7-6 with 3 runs in here in the top of the 6th inning. There's 2 outs, and the Mariners have Seager on at first with a 2-run single. Giving the Mariners that lead, Dustin Ackley is on at second base. The new pitcher for the Angels, right-hander, is David Carpenter, 1-1 record in 15 appearances with a 5.94 ERA, and he will face Jesus Montero. Montero 2 for 3, looking to do even more damage here in the 6th with 3 runs already in.
What a job Montero's been doing among AL rookies. He has more hits, more home runs, and more RBIs than any other rookie. He's in a spot here to create more hurt for the Los Angeles Angels. A 1-run Mariners lead in the 6th. Ackley leads from second, Seager from first. Pujols is behind him. And there are 2 outs. Montero, right-handed hitter, holds the hands high, drops them, and swings and misses at a 77-mile-per-hour sweeping breaking ball. And it's 1 strike. Montero, the designated hitter again tonight. He's caught 2 games on this 9-game road trip. And both of them have been Kevin Millwood starts. Millwood, by the way, will start on Friday night at home against the Dodgers. Now the 1-strike pitch way outside. A good block by Conger, having to slide behind the left-handed batter's box. 1-1. Off day tomorrow. Dodgers Friday night at 7:10. Kevin Millwood against Nathan Eovaldi. Saturday, remember, a late afternoon start. 4:15. Jason Vargas goes after his 8th win. And Cy Young Award winner of a year ago, Clayton Kershaw, will pitch for the Dodgers. What a matchup that is. Saturday, 4:15. 1-1 the count. Carpenter deals to Montero, and he clubs a grounder. Foul, big chopper down the third baseline. So he's in the hole. 1-2. And then Sunday at Safeco, the M's and Dodgers will play at 1:10. There's a chance Felix Hernandez will pitch in that game. Not sure yet, against Chad Billingsley. Friday night, Saturday 4:15, Sunday 1:10. This weekend, nothing but action. The M's and Dodgers at Safeco. Good seats still available, so get your tickets early. Carpenter checks the runner at second, fires to Montero, and he pops the ball up back of the plate. It'll go over the screen and into the sweeping lower deck here in Anaheim. A ball and 2 strikes on Montero. If you joined us late, Hector Noesi pitched 4+ innings. He had control trouble. He walked 5. Gave up 6 runs on 4 hits, so you know the 5 walks came into play. In fact, 4 of the 5 men he walked scored. Carpenter ready to go. Runners lead at first and second. 1-2 pitch way outside by Conger all the way to the backstop. Ackley to third. Racing to second is Seager in easily as Conger picks up the baseball. Well, that helps. Little wild pitch. And the Mariners have 2 in scoring position with 2 outs and a 2-2 count on Montero. That one was way outside.
Conger did his best to catch it for the Angels, trying to slide way to his right. Still, with a big slide to his right, couldn't get a glove on it.
The Mariners tonight whacking the baseball around the yard again. 7 runs on 10 hits. Big spot for Montero, sitting on 27 RBIs and already 2 hits tonight. Runners lead at second and third. The pitch on the way outside, and Conger has to backhand this one. So the count goes full 3-2. Justin Smoke is on deck. The outfield deep and straight away, and that's the way you have to play Montero. He'll hit the ball a lot to right field, right center. He's got good power in that direction. Lanky right-hander Carpenter sets. Here's his pitch. Swung on, grounded in the hole, left side. Ibar on the outfield grass. Long throw just in time to get Montero and retire the Mariners. But a nice 3-run 6th inning for the Mariners. 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave 2. They have stranded 6 tonight. What a nice inning that was. So after 5.5 seesaw battle, the Mariners now on top 7-6.
Whether you're an active daily trader or just managing your own retirement funds.
710 ESPN Seattle.
Here come the Angels in the 6th against Sean Kelly, and his first pitch at the knees, a strike on left-handed hitting Halos catcher Hank Conger. Just called up from Salt Lake yesterday, went 1 for 3 last night. Sacrifice fly tonight and a fly to center. Here's a fastball high. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 9th hitter, Peter Borges, on deck, and then the leadoff man for the Angels, Mike Trout. The pitch on the way. Slider strike on the inside corner. 1-2. Our Sterling Bank score here in Southern California is 7-6 Mariners. Hector Noesi is off the hook after his work into the 5th inning. Kelly deals, and he's high with this one. And it is 2-2. "13 runs, 16 hits in this affair. And it's only the bottom of the 6th inning. Long way to go yet. Sean Kelly's pitch swung on, popped up foul back right in our direction. And it remains 2-2. The Mariners tonight have Carp in left, Saunders in center, Ichiro in right, and they're about as spread out and straight away as you can be. The left side of the infield, Seager and Ryan. The right side, Ackley and Smoke. In the battery now, Kelly and Olivo. Conger ready, grounds one up the middle, back a second. The stab by Ryan as he slides on the outfield grass, but he has no play. And that'll be an infield single for Hank Conger, leading off here in the 6th inning. So Sean Kelly has come out of the pen and faced 6 Angels hitters, and 3 of them have reached base with hits. And that's 7 hits now for Los Angeles. And it brings up the speedy Peter Borges, who has struck out and grounded to short. 25-year-old outfielder wears number 25 on his back. Seager at third, drawn into the grass. Ryan and Ackley in double play depth. They look for the bunt and the pitch high, and Borges shows bunt but pulls the bat back. Smoke running in from first base. After Borges, it's the top of the Los Angeles order, Mike Trout, who has another hit tonight. The set by Kelly, the right-hander's pitch, bunted twice, foul at the plate. A bunt came up, jumped up, hit the bat of Borges the second time. Folks, you're going to hit the road outside the Northwest this summer. Why not take the Mariners with you? Pretty easy to do. You can subscribe to MLB.tv to see the Mariners live on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Mariners.com to order, and you can also get more details there. MLB.tv. It is simply baseball everywhere. Throw to first. Just a little flip toss over. And Conger is back. Alfredo Griffin coaching over there for Mike Scioscia. Mariners would like to get a double play. Borges may still bunt. He's a tough man to deal with because of that speed of his. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Here's the pitch. Borges ready to bunt. The offering is high, and it's 2-1, and he'll walk well away from the plate out onto the grass. The Angels putting an end to a 9-game homestand tonight. They've done all right, 5-3 on the homestand. These teams battling to get the rubber game of the series. The next pitch bunted, a big chopper, and it's bobbled. No play down the first baseline. Safe at second is Conger. Borges safe at first. That was just a big chopper hit in front of the plate, maybe on the dish. Went down the first baseline, maybe 20 feet. Smoke got there. Kelly got there. Olivo was after it. And Kelly and Smoke had to avoid a collision, and the ball just drops to the grass. So now you've got Angels at first and second. That will be a bunt single for Peter Borges. Now you've got 2 on, nobody out in the top of the order. And Eric Wedge moving around nervously down in the dugout. He's got a pitcher up out in the bullpen. And here is Mike Trout, who's hit safely in 10 of the last 11 games. He is singled, grounded to third, and walked. The Mariners looking for the bunt here, but he's ready to swing, and he takes strike 1. The M's not sure. Now they look at each other. Smoke in on the grass at third. Likewise, Seager. Smoke in the grass at first. Likewise, Seager over at third. Conger doesn't run that well at second. Of course, Borges can fly at first. Kelly goes down off the mound, says something to Seager. You've got his Turris on deck for Los Angeles. So a big spot here. Kelly sets, delivers. Trout ready to swing. Strike call. So he jumps ahead 0-2. So Scioscia down by a run in the 6th inning, and runners at first and second with nobody out. Rather than bunt the runners over with his young left fielder, he decides to let him swing. Mike Trout is young. He's only 20 years of age. Now he's in a hole 0-2. Kelly sends one up there. It's a swing and a miss by Trout on a good breaking pitch down and away, well out of the strike zone. So that is a huge strikeout for Sean Kelly, his second. And there's one out here in the 6th inning for the Angels.
Slider away, slider away, slider away to strike out. Tough kid swinging the bat right now. Mike Trout. Time called. Eric Wedge out to the mound.
So we're going to get a big conference. All the infielders and Oliva go out there. And the skipper takes the baseball. That'll be it for Kelly. We'll get the third. Seattle.
Well, the new pitcher for the Mariners, rookie right-hander Stephen Pryor, will come on in relief. Angels have 2 on, 1 away. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Alaska Airlines Mariners Radio Network.
Hey, Mike Salk here from the Brock and Salk Show. Lots of decisions for Eric Wedge as he has an off day tomorrow as they head back home. What will he do with his lineup? Any roster moves to talk about? It's Brock and Salk. Listen to us tomorrow at 9 o'clock on 710 ESPN, KIRO AM Seattle.
Right-hander, hard-throwing right-hander Stephen Pryor, just up from Tacoma, takes over, no record with a 3.86 ERA and 2 appearances.
He pitched Saturday and Sunday in Chicago. Is Turris the first man to face him? Left-handed swinger. And the pitch at the knees is strike, 95 miles per hour. His first outing on Saturday at U.S. Cellular Field in Chicago. He was in that 99-100 range. Didn't throw as fast or hard, if you will, on Sunday. Here's the pitch. Grounded. Big hopper to Smoke. He'll go to second to Ryan. He gets the out. Throw to first. Oh, baby, out at first. What a close play, and it looked like there'd be no chance to double up his Turris, but Ryan, an unbelievable turn at second base, and a nice play to start it by Smoke. 3-6-3 in the double play, so what a job by Pryor. He comes in and gets himself a double play. So through 6 innings, the Mariners are on top, 7-6.
Washington and Portland or Tigard, Oregon. For your nearest store. For over 100.
Boy, we got a dandy. The Mariners lead as they come up in the 7th inning. David Carpenter, the third pitcher for Mike Scioscia. What a job by Stephen Pryor. He comes in, faces his Turris, fires in a double play ball. Smoke makes a nice play. Looked like to throw to second, they'd get the one out, and that would be it. But it wasn't the case, and Smoke leads off here in the 7th. And he swings and fouls this one at the feet of the catcher, Conger. What a great turn out at second by Ryan. As it turns out, it was Kelly covering the bag at first, so a 3-6-1 double play. So that turned that inning around in a big hurry.
Yeah, 2 perfect throws. Smoke, and then Brennan Ryan's peg back to first.
Smoke is 0 for 3 tonight and 1 out of 10 in the series. The switch hitter up left-handed and the fastball away 1-1. Our Sterling Bank score here at Angel Stadium is 7-6 Mariners. They have out hit the Halos 10-8. The M's a couple of errors. Los Angeles 1. The Mariners have left 6. The Angels have stranded 5. Smoke ready. He takes a cut, pulls an outside pitch down the first baseline, foul. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Justin. Back home again Friday night, Kevin Millwood against the Dodgers and Nathan Eovaldi. You'll get a look at last season's National League Cy Young Award winner Clayton Kershaw on Saturday night against Jason Vargas, who's won as many games as anyone in the league, 7. 1-2 pitch on the way. Smoke offers, pulls a slow grounder to second. Kendrick gobbles it up, just flips the ball over to Pujols, and it's 1 up and 1 down. That's going to be quite a weekend. There are tickets available, but it never hurts to get your tickets early to get the best seats. We hope we'll see you at Safeco on this weekend. 7:10 Friday night, 4:15, kind of a different time on Saturday, and then 1:10 on Sunday.
And we'll see Edgar Martinez throughout the ceremonial first pitch before the game on Friday night.
How true it is. Here's Michael Saunders. He's only 3 for 3. He grounds the pitch right to the second baseman, Kendrick, so they finally get Saunders out. 2 up and 2 down. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners Baseball Club. We have the biggest crowd of the series here tonight. 37,342. Now Miguel Olivo looking to get on with 2 outs, looking for his first hit, and he takes inside, ball 1. These two clubs meet 19 times this season. Mariners 1-5 against the Angels thus far. Here's Carpenter's next pitch. Swing and a miss by Olivo, and it's 1-1. Franklin Gutierrez on his rehab assignment with the Tacoma Rainiers. He's played 4 games. Gutierrez is 4 for 12 with 4 walks. So there's hope here at the end of the tunnel. Pitch to Olivo. Strike called at the knees. 1-2. I think the Mariners would be happy to see Gutierrez up late in the month. They got a pretty decent center fielder out there right now, and Michael Saunders. Boy, he's been fabulous. Here's a curve that's upstairs. 2-2 on the right-handed hitting Mariners veteran catcher. Been a tough struggle the last couple of seasons for Franklin with the injuries, but hopefully they're in the past now. Carpenter's ready to go to work. His 2-2 offering is looped into left field, going out the shortstop, and Ibar backpedaling makes the catch on that soft pop-up off the bat of Miguel Olivo. The Mariners go 1-2-3 in the 7th inning stretch time here in Orange County, California, and the Mariners looking to get a victory here in the rubber game of the series, lead this one 7-6.
Dodge sure makes it tough to pick a favorite. You have the great styling of Dodge.
At night against the San Francisco Giants. Get your tickets now for this big night of baseball and fun. Visit Mariners.com.
Here we go in the Angels 7th as they trail the Mariners 7-6 here in Southern California. Pujols, Morales, and Trumbo against 22-year-old rookie Stephen Pryor. Noesi went 4+, gave up 6 runs on 4 hits. Sean Kelly went an inning and a third. No runs on 4 hits, didn't walk anyone, struck out 2. So Pujols has come up empty tonight. The big right-handed hitter is 0 for 3. Here's the first pitch to him. It's a fastball strike called at 95 miles per hour. Pryor recently called up from Tacoma, started the season in Double-A ball with the Jackson Generals. Here's his next pitch, and it is low, and it's 1-1. First man he faced last Saturday afternoon in Chicago was none other than the American League's leading hitter, Paul Konerko, and he promptly struck him out. He was unbelievably overpowering. Here's a fly ball. Speaking of overpowering, to left center. Carp back at the track. He looks up. It's off the top of the wall. Pujols has to hurry. He's on his way to second. The relay, Ryan. The throw in time. Not quite. Whoa, the tag. And Pujols is in with a double. And he steps up, clapping his hands. Oh, that was a close play at second. I think Albert might have had a little of the home run trot going. And he has a leadoff double here in the 7th inning. He got a pitch pretty good to hit over the plate.
And you're right, Kenny. He admired that shot. He thought the ball was going to be out. Stood there way too long at home plate, and they almost got him at second base on a fine throw by Carp into Ryan. Ryan to Ackley.
Boy, that was a close call. Carp did a nice job getting the ball in, but it had to be relayed. Now Pujols at second. Here's Morales. He swings on the first pitch, sends a fly to left. The park will hold it. Carp back, makes the catch. Pujols tag. Here comes the throw to third on one hop, and the tag not in time as Pujols slides in safely at third base. So Morales, not in a very conventional manner, is able to get Pujols to third with 1 out. He does it with a fly to left field. And Albert is at third base now with 1 out. A potential tying run in this game. And the hitter would be Mark Trumbo, the third leading hitter in the league. He's batting .337 as he gets ready to hit. Now the Mariners all looking over to the dugout. They get word from Eric Wedge, and they're going to take the bat out of Trumbo's hand and walk him. to set up the double play. Here's the first pitch wide, ball one. They'll be pitching to Howie Kendrick, who drove in a run his last time up with a base hit. It is 7-6 Mariners. 7th inning. Here's ball two outside from Pryor. Everything else in Major League Baseball is over. All finals. Now the 2-0 pitch wide, 3-0. The Yankees at home beat Tampa Bay 4-1. Cleveland a 9-6 win at Detroit. Baltimore got a 2-1 win in Boston. 3-0 the count. Here is ball four. And that'll put Angels at first and third with one out. Toronto shut out the White Sox in Chicago 4-0. Minnesota won 4-2 at Kansas City. Up in Oakland, the A's shut out Texas 2-0. Now it'll be Howie Kendrick, the right-handed hitting second baseman. Batting .255. Time called. Ryan, the shortstop, will come in and briefly say something to Stephen Pryor. The 22-year-old has a jam to work with. The young man from Tennessee will see what he can do here. The Mariners would love to see a ground ball. The set, Pryor's pitch, fastball grounded foul right over to the Angels' third base dugout. Pryor graduated from high school 2007, went to Cleveland State Community College in Tennessee for a couple of years. Then his junior year, he pitched at Tennessee Tech, then drafted in 2010 in the 5th round by the Mariners, and he has been something in the minors. The pitch, grounded up the middle. Ryan shovels to Ackley, one on the first to smoke a double play. Back-to-back innings. Pryor is able to get an Angels hitter to hit into an inning-ending double play. Oh, does that come in handy? 6-4-3. And it's on to the 8th inning. The Mariners leading the Angels 7-6.
Equal value replacements, free trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. So why lifetime?
Noon on 710 ESPN Seattle.
We have seen a little bit of everything here tonight in Southern California, and I predict it's not over yet. There's a lot more to happen. The Mariners, 7 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. The Angels, 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Both clubs have stranded 6. So it's the 8th inning. Hold on. Hold on tightly. Rick Riz to tell you about things.
All right, Kenny, thank you very much. Yeah, what a wild game tonight here in Anaheim. Fasten your seatbelts, everybody. It's a while from getting over. Here is Mike Carp to lead off the 8th inning, and the pitch is on the way from David Carpenter, down and away for ball one. But how about young Stephen Pryor? He gets his tourist to bounce into a 3-6-1 double play to end the 6th, and he gets Howie Kendrick to hit into an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play in the 7th. Next pitch on the way is low, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes on Carp. Mike with a 2-run double. That came with 2 outs in the 2nd. Once again, Mariners with a lot of 2-out magic in this ball game, and that's what they've been doing on this road trip. Here's the stretch and the 2-0 pitch on the way. Swung on, ground ball, first base side, foul, and it's 2-1 on Carp. A 2-out, 2-run double by Carp in the 2nd. Kyle Seager with a 2-out, 2-run double in the 5th. Kyle Seager with a 2-out, 2-run single in the 6th inning. That's the way this road trip has unfolded. This team, folks, just keeps on battling and battling and battling. Here's the set, and the 2-1 pitch to Mike. Swung on, popped up, fouled down the left field side, slicing out of play up into the crowd, and the count is even on Carp at 2-2. Mariners lead 7-6 if you've just tuned in. 7 runs on 10 base hits and 2 errors. And the Angels tonight have 6 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. Carpenter, the third pitcher used tonight by Angels manager Mike Scioscia. Jerome Williams lasted 5 2/3 innings, gave up 7 runs, 5 earned. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss and a changeup, strike 3. So 1 out for the Mariners here in the top half of the 8th inning. Well, friends, Sterling Bank reminds you life is about the good stuff. Your bank should be too. Visit their new website at bankwithsterling.com. 1 out, nobody out, and here's shortstop Brennan Ryan, who's been in the middle or starting those big double plays the last 2 innings. Stephen Pryor has been sensational tonight in relief. Kid just called up a few days ago from AAA Tacoma, started the year at AA Jackson. Carpenter ready, delivers. Way up and in as Ryan has to hit the deck in a hurry, falls on his back. The bat goes sailing behind him. Ball 1 the count on Brennan Ryan.
As they say, there's an easy answer. Whip one right up the middle big time.
Exactly. He's not trying to hit anybody. That one got away from Carpenter, but it was high and tight, and Brennan wasn't taking any chances. He got out of the way in a hurry. Now the 1-0 pitch. Here she comes. Swung on. Ground ball wide of third. Taken on the short hop by his tourist. His toss across in time to get Ryan for the second out here in the 8th. 2 up and 2 down. And that'll send up Ichiro. Ichiro getting out of an 0 for 20 slump with a big RBI single. Last one down the left field line in the 6th to score 1 of 3 runs, and then he scored a run as well on the 2-run single by Kyle Seager. Good to see Ichiro break out of that 0 for 20 slump. The set by Carpenter. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Fly ball into deep right field. Going back to the wall is Trumbo, and this one is gone. Goodbye, baseball. Ichiro with a solo blast into the seats above the tall wall in right field. His 4th home run of the season, his 3rd on this road trip, and it's now the Mariners 8 and the Angels 6. How about that?
Man, he gave it a ride. First pitch, he lifts that front leg and gets a fastball and tags it. I was just thinking, Rick, that David Carpenter doing so well, he'd retired 6 in a row without the ball getting out of the infield since coming in, but that changes in a hurry.
And now this one gets out of the playing surface, swinging a ground ball back up the middle, taken by the shortstop Ibar. His throw to first, not in time to try to get Dustin Ackley, who has himself an infield single. Dustin Ackley rolling one right back up the middle. Eric Ibar way to his left, got to the ball in behind the bag at second. The throw to Pujols at first was late, so Dustin Ackley now with his second base hit as he tries to heat up his bat.
What are the chances of Ichiro having 3 home runs in his last 4 hits? Which is what's happened.
Exactly.
Not what you would expect from Ichiro. Little slump in between, but still 4 hits, last 4, 3 of them home runs.
He had back-to-back at-bats against Chicago, then had that 0 for 20 slump. Here's a toss over to first base. Ackley gets back, and that was broken with the RBI single in the 6th. Now in his next at-bat here in the 8th inning, a home run over that tall wall in right. 8-6 Mariners lead. Ackley on at first base, 2 outs, top of the 8th, and here's Kyle Seager. The set. And another move to first base, wide off the glove of Pujols, but just had his feet off to his left. So Ackley has to stay at first base. What a night for Kyle Seager. He's 2 for 2. 2-out, 2-run doubled in the 5th off the wall and right behind the reach of Trumbo, and a 2-out, 2-run single in the 6th. Line drive right past Bobby Cassavant. Almost hit him. Here's the set. And now the pitch out by Conger, holding it first as Ackley, as the count is 1-0 on Seager. Final game of the 3-game series. Mariners started off this road trip with a series win in Texas, winning 2 out of 3, lost 2 out of 3 in Chicago, and a chance to take a series here in Anaheim. Mariners lead 8-6. Another move to first base, and Ackley is back one more time. Carpenter with another move to get Ackley back to the bag. Mariners back home Friday night to take on the Dodgers. See you there. Here's the set and the pitch to Seager outside. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. How about Kyle Seager? He is now 13 for 36 on this road trip. So he's hitting right around 370 for the trip. Carpenter taking some time, works from the stretch. And the right-hander's 2-0 toss on the way to Seager, and it's way outside, ball 3-0. The offense tonight started with an aggressive move by the manager, Eric Wedge. The Mariners in the top half of the second, no score, had 2 on with 2 outs, and Mike Karp was up there with a 3-0 count. And Eric Wedge gave Karp the green light to swing away. He got a pitch and drove it down the left field line for a 2-out, 2-run double. The set and the 3-0, swing and a foul back by Seager along the third base side. Foul ball as Conger gave chase the catcher, so he gives Seager the green light. 3-0 here in the 8th. It worked with Karp in the second. And Eric Wedge said, young man, the way you're swinging the bat this year, and especially on this road trip, go ahead and take a hack at a 3-0 pitch.
Be pretty nice to hit 3-0 all the time, even part of the time. You don't get too many 3-0 cuts in the big leagues. 3-1 is really glorious. 3-0, better than you could ever imagine.
Got a pitch and fouled it away a little along the third base line, and now Seager steps back in. Ackley digs in with that lead at first base. Grinds that left foot in the dirt. Here is the set. And a move to first base, and Ackley has to dive back into the bag one more time. So Ackley digging up a trench. Let's go back to the bag 3 times, being held on by Pujols. Carpenter looks in, gets a sign, peek over his left shoulder at Ackley. Now the stretch. And the 3-1 to Seager. Ackley spins his wheels. Wanted to go to second. It's going to be ball 4. So Seager draws a walk, and Dustin Ackley had a Fred Flintstone start over at first base. He was spinning his wheels, wanted to take off, then he had to stop, and fortunately for Dustin Ackley, that was ball 4 to Seager. He walks, and now Dustin Ackley can walk down to second base. But my mean, Dustin Ackley was really spinning his wheels as he tried to take off.
He got out there. He says, I'm on my way. I have such a terrible jump. I have to stop. And he looks and, had it.
Kenny, the only thing that was missing was the sound effects of the, of the Fred Flintstone thing. But fortunately, it was ball 4.
He's just out there.
So Ackley's on at second, Seager at first base. 1 run in here in the 8th on the home run by Ichiro. 8-6 Mariners. Here's Jesus Montero. The stretch and the pitch. Fastball is low. Ball 1. Montero is 2 for 4 tonight. Mariners have 8 runs on 12 base hits. They're averaging 7 runs a game on this road trip. Of course, scoring 21 will help that out in Game 3 down in Texas. Carpenter will look back, pitch to Montero, swinging a ground ball, hit hard to short. Up for the ball is Ibar, over to second for the force on Kyle Seager, and that will end the inning. But the Mariners get 1 on the home run by Ichiro, his 4th home run of the season. We go to the bottom of the 8th hour score here in Anaheim. It's the Mariners 8 and the Angels 6.
For Mariners fans 60 and over, you'll get $5 off view level seats or $10 off main.
Bob and Graz tomorrow noon to 3 on 710 ESPN Seattle.
Welcome back to Southern California. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Mariners now leading the Angels 8-6 after that solo home run by Ichiro. So we head to the bottom of the 8th. Brandon League will take over in relief, and Sean Figgins takes over in left field for Mike Karp. The 2 changes. Eric Ibar will lead things off for the Angels. Here's the set. And the pitch by League. It's outside, ball 1 as Ibar shows bunt, and he takes the pitch. 1-0 the count. Stephen Pryor, a great job in relief. Going an inning and 2/3 and a couple of double plays turned behind him. Here's the stretch and the next pitch. And that misses away. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. League 0-4 with a 3.91 ERA, 25 appearances, has 9 saves. He's relinquished his closer's role for now, but he's pitched much better his last few times out. Here's the set, and the 2-0 toss, strike on the outside corner, 2-1. In the meantime, Tom Wilhelmsen has pitched very well, closing out ball games. Brandon ran into a problem last year. Remember, in the first half of the season, got it back, made the All-Star team. Here's the stretch and 2-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner. The count goes to 2-2. Fastball from League. And he will work things out again this year. Ibar 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Brandon stares down, has the sign from Miguel Olivo. Here's the stretch, and the right-hander's 2-2 on the way. Swinging a ground ball right side, off to his right, Ackley near the bag. Wheels, throws the first in time to get Ibar. And there's one away for the Angels here in the bottom of the 8th. Mariners lead 8-6. Let's pause for station identification time. This is the Alaska Airlines Mariners Radio Network.
Tomorrow on the Kevin Calabro Show, we'll wrap up the series with the Angels. We'll take a look ahead to the series this weekend at Safeco Field with the Dodgers. Plus, John Clayton joins us at 4 o'clock. That's all tomorrow on the Kevin Calabro Show, 710 ESPN KIRO AM Seattle.
Here's catcher Hank Conger. 1 out for the Angels. Pitch on the way, and it misses ball 1. Conger, a sacrifice fly back in the second. He's flied out to center. And singled up the middle, an infield base hit in the 6th. This game is going back and forth. Here's a swing and a chopper. Right side of the bag at second, off to his left. Brendan Ryan, he's got it on the other side of the bag. The throw to first, and it's in time to get Conger for the second out of the inning. Brendan Ryan with tremendous range. A good 5, 6, 7 feet on the other side of the bag. Gets Conger at first for the second out.
That's amazing. Wow.
He's in another zip code over there.
Holy cow. Ackley had to go, wow, I got to sit back and watch this fella. He can play both sides of the bag.
How many shortstops have that kind of range? His UZR rating is, amazing this year. Here's Peter Borges. Excuse me. This is not Borges. This is Alberto Callaspo batting for Borges. So this is Callaspo. And he takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Here's the stretch by League, and the 1-0 pitch swung on, popped up and out of play in the third base side. Count even at 1-1. Alberto Callaspo, the hitter. Callaspo batting .235 on the year. 2 home runs, 1 a grand slam against Felix Hernandez back in that 4-game sweep in Seattle by the Angels. Mariners trying to win this series with a win tonight. Here is the set. And the 1-1 pitch is down low. Ball 2, 2-1. Splitter from Brandon League. And that's the pitch he's getting that feel on. That splitter has been much better. His command of his fastball has been much better now over his last 3 appearances. League check it in with Miguel Olivo. The stretch. And the 2-1 pitch. Callaspo is swinging a fly ball left field. Biggins toward the line. Sean is there. Reaches over. And he makes the catch. And that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3. Nicely done by Brandon League. And we go to the top of the 9th hour. Score: the Mariners 8 and the Angels 6.
We're going to talk about the finale you're listening to right now. Angels and Mariners. Felix Hernandez was supposed to be pitching. Is he going to miss more starts? We'll talk about that starting at noon right here, 710 ESPN Seattle.
Welcome back. We go to the top half of the 9th inning. The Mariners leading the Angels by a score of 8-6. Changes for the Angels. Cole Calhoun takes over in left field. Mike Trout, who was in left, is now in center field, replacing Peter Borges. And on the mound is Scott Downs. So Downs takes over in relief. The left-hander for the Angels will face Justin Smoke, Michael Saunders, and Miguel Olivo. What a game tonight. Seesaw back and forth. Both teams battling like crazy. So here is Downs. Smoke steps in looking for his first hit tonight, 0 for 4. The set by Downs and the pitch. Fastball swinging a foul back and out of play, 0-1. Downs, no record. How about this? A 0.00 ERA in 22 appearances. He has 5 saves. 19 2/3 innings, has given up only 1 run and unearned run. 5 walks, 14 strikeouts, and the league batting just .186 against Downs. The stretch and the pitch on the way to Smoke. Inside, backs away, ball 1-1-1. When we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, the Angels will send up Trout, Izturis, and Pujols. Mariners lead by a couple, 8-6. 8 runs on 12 hits. And they have stranded 8. Downs ready. The 1-1. Swinging a line drive right past Downs to the second baseman off to his right. Kendrick is there near the bag. He has it and throws Smoke out at first base. 1 away. Howie Kendrick already shaded toward the bag at second for Smoke, batting right-handed. Hit it hard up the middle, but he's out, number 1. Here's center fielder Michael Saunders. Last time up, grounded out to Kendrick at second base. He is 3 for 4 tonight. This is his 5th 3-hit game on this road trip. 3 singles tonight, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base. He's hit very well against left-handed pitching too this year. Here's the pitch to Saunders inside for ball 1. Tall left-handed hitter, able to keep that shoulder in. Doesn't come flying out. He's done a nice job against the left-handers. Outfield straight away deep. Now the set and the 1-0 pitch and a swing and a miss at a breaking ball, and the count is even on Saunders at 1-1. Here's one guy who doesn't want to have an off day tomorrow. Michael Saunders, the way that he's swinging the bat. So the Mariners will have an off day tomorrow at home. Downs from the belt. The 1-1. Fastball over but low. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. Jerome Williams started the ball game tonight for the Angels. Lasted 5 2/3 innings. Gave up 7 runs, 5 earned. Key play of this game, if you're the Angels, was the error by shortstop Eric Ibar. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss by Saunders, and the count goes to 2-2. Back in the 5th inning, there were 2 outs and nobody on when Ichiro hit a ground ball to Ibar at short. Little off to his left, routine ground ball. But he bobbled the ball, and Ichiro was safe on the air. Then Dustin Ackley doubled down the left field line. Then Seager doubled in 2 runs with a drive off the wall in right field. Mariners got 2 runs in an inning because of the error by Ibar. Here's the pitch. Check swing fouled away behind the plate by Saunders. And the count stays at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Visiting with Eric Wedge before the ball game on his show and saying, hey, no matter what happens tonight, it's been a heck of a trip considering going to Texas on top of the West, Chicago on top of the Central. Now they're putting together a game like this on the final day of the road trip. Here is the 2-2 offer, and it's inside on Saunders. Ball 3, full count 3-2. Now his 5 plate appearances, this is his 3rd one with a 3-ball count. Outstanding plate coverage, getting himself into fastball counts. Downs looks in, has a sign. And the southpaw's 3-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball, foul up the first base side past Coach Mike Brumley. And it's still 3-2 on Michael. Say, friends, ever wish you could dig into the dirt at Safeco Field? Well, now you can. Saturday, June 16th, the first 5,000 fans exiting the ballpark after the game pick up a free bag of Safeco Field soil made from compostable materials. Thanks to Cedar Grove. For tickets, visit any Mariners team store or mariners.com. Again the stretch, and again the 3-2 pitch, and here she comes. Saunders with a swing, and again a bounce foul on the first base side. Still 3-2. Michael Saunders out of Victoria, British Columbia. Beautiful city. The Empress Hotel right on the water. Outfield straight away. 8-6 Mariners. Top of the 9th inning, 1 out. The pitch. Swing and a ground ball. 2-hopper right to Pujols at first. He'll take it to the bag for the unassisted put out on Saunders. So 2 outs for the Mariners here in the 9th inning. And here is catcher Miguel Olivo. Miggy 0 for 4 on the night. Back in the 6th inning, though, hit a rope right at third baseman by Sirius Turris. Mariners 8 runs, 12 base hits. 4 unanswered runs for the Mariners, 3 in the 6th and 1 in the 8th. They were down 6-4. Here's the stretch. And the pitch to Miguel. Outside, ball 1. Last 3 days, the Major League Draft. Mariners with the #1 pick on Monday, selecting college catcher Mike Zunino out of the University of Florida. Everybody busy the last few days. Here's the stretch. And the 1-0 pitch is outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Mariners drafted 3 catchers, 13 infielders, 5 outfielders, 20 pitchers. Tom McNamara, director of scouting, has done a super job, man, since he took over in that role. Here is the stretch and the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Olivo. 2-1. Dustin Ackley, first-round draft pick from the draft 3 years ago. Kyle Seager, 3rd round that year, both out of the University of North Carolina. Coming up last season. Playing big roles this year. The stretch and the next pitch is outside on Olivo. Ball 3, 3-1. Crowd quiet. A lot of the folks have made their way for the exits. With the Mariner 2-run lead here in the top of the 9th inning. 37,000 plus tonight. Here's the pitch to Miguel, swinging a one-hopper back to the mound, taken by Downs, runs to first, underhand flip to Pujols for the out on Olivo. That will end the inning. Hold on to your hats. We go to the bottom of the 9th here in Anaheim. Our score after 8.5. It's the Mariners 8 and the Angels 6.
Have you had Stock Market All-Stars and avoid investing errors? StockCharts.com, simply the web's best financial charts.
Listen to Brock and Salk tomorrow 9 to noon on 710 ESPN Seattle.
Well, here we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning here in Anaheim at Angels Stadium. The Mariners leading the Angels by a score of 8-6. And tall right-hander Tom Wilhelmsen will take over in relief, looking for his 2nd Major League save. Wilhelmsen 2-1 record with a 3.60 ERA in 26 appearances, 1 save, 30 innings, giving up 27 base hits, only 9 walks, and 36 strikeouts. The league batting .237 against Wilhelmsen. Tom, a couple of nights ago, picked up his first Major League save against the Angels here in Anaheim in Game 1 of the series. Mariners won that game 8-6. They lead this one 8-6. Mike Trout leading off the bottom of the 9th inning. The wind, the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. A fastball from Wilhelmsen at 98 miles per hour. And it's 0-1 on Trout. Wilhelmsen, fastball, great curveball. Looks in ready, the windup, and the 0-1 pitch. There's that curveball, and oh my goodness, Trout takes it, and it just misses inside, I guess, for ball 1, and it's 1-1. And Trout was showing bunt. Great curveball right there. It looked like it got a piece of the inside corner. Mariners up by a couple. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball swung on, fly ball into left center field. Over, Saunders on the run, along with Figgins, and it is Figgins who makes the catch. And there's one away for the Angels here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Wilhelmsen came back with a breaking ball, and Trout got underneath it and skied it to left center field. So 1 down. Mariners lead 8-6. And here's third baseman Maicer Izturis. Izturis has scored twice, walked a couple of times and scored. He is also 0 for 2. He has popped up and grounded out into double plays. The windup and the pitch. Fastball just misses outside, ball 1. Back at the bottom of the 1st inning with Trout out at first base as Turris hit a pop-up into shallow right field with Trout running. Ackley was able to make the catch and double up Trout at first base. Here's the pitch. Strike called on his Turris, and the count is even at 1-1. And then he was a big out for Stephen Pryor when Pryor came on in relief with 2 on and 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. Here's a swing. Ground ball right to Ackley at second base. Scoops, throws to first. in time to get his Turris for out number 2. So quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Mariners 1 out away from a series win here in Anaheim. And that was a huge out for Stephen Pryor and the Mariners when his Turris grounded into that 3-6-1 double play to put out the fire in the 6th inning. And then Pryor got Kendrick to hit into an inning-ending double play, 6-4-3 in the 7th. Here's Albert Pujols, 2-run lead. The windup by Wilhelmsen, the pitch. Curveball strike on the inside corner, and he had Pujols backing away, and the count is 0-1. Wilhelmsen looks in, has the sign from Olivo. The windup and the 0-1 pitch. Fastball swing and a miss. Good sink to it at 95 miles an hour. Wow, that ball just dropped as it got up to home plate, and the count is 0-2 on Pujols. 1 strike away from a win tonight. The windup and the 0-2 pitch, swinging a line drive foul past third base coach Dino Ebel, and the count is still 0-2. Pujols tonight with a double off the wall in left field. He thought the ball was gone. He started to admire it and then had to hustle to get into second. Tom looks in, ready. The windup and again the 0-2 pitch, swing and a fly ball into the gap in left center field. That's going to get down for extra bases. Pujols into second. Up with the ball, Figgins. The throw in cut off by Brendan Ryan. Pujols with his second double tonight. And the Angels will get the tying run to home plate in Kendry Morales.
Pujols got the curveball down, and well, I'll tell you, that was down. He had to go down and rake it. So he's out at second. Thank goodness for Ichiro's home run in the 8th inning that took that lead from 1 run to 2 runs.
And here is Kendry Morales, the tying run at home plate, 8-6 Mariners. The set and the pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss at the curve. Old Uncle Charlie bends down and away, and the count is 0-1 on Morales. Walked and scored in the 2nd, hit a 2-run home run back in the 3rd, RBI single in the 5th. And he has flied out to left field. Wilhelmsen will look back at Pujols. Here's the pitch, and it's inside and off the glove of catcher Miguel Olivo to the backstop. And down to third base goes Pujols on a pass ball. And the count is even on Morales at 1-1. And they're going to call that a wild pitch. So make it a wild pitch charge to Wilhelmsen.
Olivo wanted the pitch down and away. It was down and in. Tough for him to handle.
So Pujols on at third with 2 outs. Now the stretch and the 1-1 to Morales, and a swing and a foul off the catcher Miguel Olivo, and the count goes to 1-2. And once again it was that big breaking ball, and Morales just got a piece of it and fouled it off. Tom Wilhelmsen looking for that 27th out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's the set by Wilhelmsen, and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and it's over. A fastball down and in. And the Mariners beat the Angels tonight, a final score of 8-6. And they win the series 2-1. And the Mariners will come home with a winning record on this 9-game trip to Texas, Chicago, and Anaheim with a mark of 5-4. And how about Tom Wilhelmsen? He picks up his 2nd major league save. The Mariners won it 8-6 over the Angels tonight. Getting the win for the Mariners will be Sean Kelly, because the Mariners kept fighting back offensively in this ball game. And the big inning was a 3-run top half of the 6th. And then Ichiro put a little frosting on the cake with a solo home run in the top half of the 8th inning, little insurance run, and the Mariners won it 8-6. And the Mariners are now 26-33 on the year. And the Mariners have just enjoyed their best road trip of the 2012 season. And Eric Wedge is right. They are coming home a much different ball club.
Boy, oh boy, the offense is terrific. The pitching remains strong, to say nothing of the defense.
Mariners won it tonight here in Anaheim. Let's go down to Shannon Prayer. Yeah, he said it. Kyle Seager said it best. It's all about confidence, and that's what these kids are doing. 8 runs tonight On 12 base hits, they beat the Angels 8-6. That's our winning interview from tonight's game, brought to you by Northwest Motorsport in Puyallup. Northwest Motorsport has the largest selection of trucks, and more trucks. Check them out at NWMS. We'll be back with the happy totals after this timeout.
From Dex to Don.
The Angels score 6 runs in each game of this series and lose twice to the Mariners. They lose 8-6 in the opener. They win 6-1 in the second game, and they lose to the M's 8-6 tonight. So the Angels remain 4.5 behind Texas. The Rangers lost in Oakland, and the M's now 8 out of first, as are the A's, and only 3.5 behind second place Los Angeles. A giant weekend coming up, highlighted by a giant giveaway. Friday, June 15th, is Felix Hernandez bobblehead night when the Mariners and San Francisco Giants kick off a 3-game weekend series. And the first 20,000 of you will pick up a 7-inch collectible of the Mariners ace sporting a yellow Kings Court t-shirt. Get Felix bobblehead night tickets at mariners.com. To win it tonight, the M's 8 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors, they leave 8. The Angels 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, they strand 7. The winning pitcher, Sean Kelly, 1-2. The losing pitcher, Jerome Williams, 6-3, and Tom Wilhelmsen earns his second save of the season. 37,342 here at Angel Stadium tonight. And the ball game took 3 hours and 14 minutes. 8-6, the Mariners win it. They end the road trip 5-4. We'll be back at the ballpark with a lot more after these messages.